go.
It's not what I'm saying is going to happen, so you're incorrect. Boys, in the middle of the ground, ruck contest, that's going to be a big one today. Williams v Hendry. Williams wins the first one, goes for a handball out wide. He's going to do the roving as well as Williams, so he's won the clearance. Out towards Gardner on the wing position. McDermott, he comes in. McDermott had a big game against the Sharks last time they faced each other, kicked 5, and that was in the first half. So McDermott will be looking for a big one, and I'm sure they'll be keeping a close eye on him. Chad Harris will be the one to get the role today.
Chad Harris just getting a little physical there with Boz.
So Ryan Williams win that once again, down towards Burns, who just whacks it on the boot up towards half forward. Hendry happy to play that half back role. We'll just drift off and take those intercept marks all day. Already on the board with one. Goes up towards half forward. Edwards coming out to present. Strong mark. Brigden's going to have the roll on him today. Didn't do great last time, Brigden, so he'll be looking for a better one. Nice kick, finds Bongetti now at half forward. Looks to wheel quickly onto that left. Barfoot, Ludwig. Good spoil comes from Potter, who's at the fall. The ball. Marshall was on it quickly, as was Burns. Gives a handball up towards Burns now. Wasn't great, but well done there by Ludwig to have a kick forward. But good there by Marsden, just to be on that last line of defence and take the mark. Good drift off. So Marsden now looks up towards the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Brigden will fly, as does Jacob Boyle. Good fist comes from Boyle there, out of bounds and out of play.
Whilst they didn't score their short pass, Hendry, Edwards and Bongetti all got their hands on the ball early, and that's a good sign.
So important, Vossi, you're right, for those three just to inject themselves straight in.
So the ball brought back into play. Potts quickly on that. Quick kick forward, wasn't great, but Ludwig managed to find it somehow. He tries to shrug off a couple of tackles, couldn't. He'll get wrapped up, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. About 25 out from Pines goal.
No doubt already. Daniel Grant, Silver Fox already at about 3. Just love him down back.
So the ball brought back up to play. As I said, about 25 out from goal. Bongetti wins that one down towards McDermott. Mitch Hallahan comes through now, takes possession of footy. Handball up towards Di Pasquale, wasn't great. He gets dived on. And the umpire again will come and wrap the ball up. About the exact same spot it was just thrown up before.
You think Paddy Swain might have just revved up doors, you reckon there, Locke?
Yeah, he just gave him a little pump up. He has, though. Visibly, he has in that core region.
Haven't signed him yet, so no doubt it's going to be... well, it's going to stick on him, that's for sure. Just carrying a bit.
So Bongetti wins that one against Williams. Hallahan tries to come through, couldn't. Bongetti with a quick snap out of the pack. It looks pretty good. No, just to the left. Through for a minor score. So Pines draw the first score, only with a minor. So they'll get a one behind. So James Hallahan, a prolific user of the footy. He's going to be the one to bring the ball back in. Just points long. He's going to sit it in the centre circle. Big fist comes from behind there by Fisher. Di Pasquale was on a quick. He had a quiet one last time they played each other. Who want to have a big one? Dawes now at half forward for the Sharks. Fisher stands a mark and he's backing himself here, Dawes. A man stands a mark about 15 metres off that arc. I mean, the arcs here at Mornington are only about 40, but still, that's going to be a 55-metre bomb. And I reckon that'll test the strings and the calves early.
Absolutely.
Before we're completely warmed up.
We've just seen Jimmy Hallahan kick it probably 60 metres, so Dawes is thinking, well, if he can do it, I can do it too.
If he can kick this, it's about a 2-kick game from fullback. He's got the distance easy, and I tell you what,
wow,
he likes the accuracy as well. Dawes says, thank you very much. To start off the day with a sausage. Sereno, they wanted to get first blood because Pines come out absolutely firing against them last time, and, well, that's the start they wanted.
No doubt, Locke, that's an important kick, an important possession for Chris Dawes. We know that if he doesn't get his hands on it early, doesn't get that major score on the board, he just dwindles away to nothing. So that's going to give Sorrento a huge boost.
Chris Dawes, obviously his first game back in 6 weeks of football, and, well, he's had about his first possession in the first 3 minutes and kicked a sausage. Big confidence booster for him, no doubt, as Hendry wins that tap out down towards Potts. Nice handball. His handball was nearly chopped off by Tapscott, couldn't quite get there. Hendry now comes through, but his handball wasn't great. Finds Hallahan. Now to Williams. His handball wasn't great to Gardner, but Gladman does the buttering up. Gives a handball to Williams, who goes to Tompkins, who can run inside 50, have a shot at goal. Goes left. So missed opportunity there for the Sharks. Tompkins just had a bit more time than what he thought. Needed to compose himself. So the scoreboard here, that's the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, reads Sorrento 1-1-7, plays Pines 1 behind. We've played 4.5 thus far in this quarter. Pines to bring the ball back in. Dabrowski was first on it. Handball finds Gladman, then to Tapscott, then to Tompkins, who then goes with another one to Gardner, who's got Corp all by himself, about 15 out straight in front. Way too easy here for the Sharks at the moment. Pines just caught a little bit out defensively. Obviously, Corp's direct opponent in Fisher was the one to bring the ball back in. He was well and truly caught out, and, well, Corp's got an opportunity about 25 straight in front.
We know, Locke, that obviously if given Sorrento the chance, they can really just really inject this pace, obviously, early.
They can. So Corp, not normally a great kick of the footy. No exceptions on that occasions. He kicks it straight through the hay diddle. So Sorrento go to 2-1-13, plays Pines 0-1. We've played 5.5 in this opening term, and you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Did you know that the Bendigo Community Bank branches support our local sporting clubs? Our sponsor, the Bendigo Community Bank branches in Rye, Dramana and now in Rosebud, are supporting the local community and putting the people back into banking.
And welcome back to Alexandra Park here. Sorrento, they've got the jump. 2 early goals here in 5.5 minutes, and that's what they wanted. No doubt Paddy Swain now will be on the back foot. The Pines last time they had a big start, and that's where they set up the game. So Sorrento, they obviously indicated they needed the start because they're not normally prolific starters of the game. As Pines come out of the clearance here, big fist comes from Potter, spills down towards Edwards, who just taps it down in front of McDermott. McDermott does some body work on Harris. Handball to Edwards. He goes for a snap around the corner. Kicked one from a pretty similar angle last time. I think it was Edwards.
No talk there. Could have marked that. Should have marked that.
Yep, so Danny Stevenson there just with a double fister out of bounds out of play. Wasn't quite sure what was behind him.
No, exactly. Just need to talk it up a little bit more. Should have marked that. Now they can reset.
So Bonghetti wins that tap out down to himself. Tries to shrug off a tackle. Dropped it. Umpire said play on. Williams comes through with it now. He's just wrapped up solidly there by Barfoot. Barfoot just gives him a bit of what for. He's a tough little man.
Well, he must be to take down Williams because he's a bloody giant lot.
Yeah, he's a unit. So it'll be Bongo and Williams to do the ruck work. Williams wins that one down to Gladman. He's batted his hands on the footy early. He goes with a quick kick out, only as far as Hendry. Handball to Boswell. You fancy him from this 50. He goes with a nice snap. It was a beautiful snap around the corner. Finds Sean White, Michael Voss's favourite Pines player. About 15 out on a slight angle.
He gave them so much.
Oh,
so much in that round.
He gave you so much as well that night, Michael Voss.
There was plenty of movement in the box.
It was a late inclusion. He kicked 3 goals on that day, and usually, dare I say, a pretty good kick of goal, and this should be Pines' first goal.
It should be. Sets a ball sail, it's good. Straight through the middle, and he's pretty happy with it. That's what he brings as well. He just brings that momentum, Sean White, and he's kicked there first. They'll get a 1-1-7 play. Sorrento's 2-1-13. 7.5 played in this opening term, and you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Hi, I'm Jack, and my dad is Pete from the Mornington and Rosebud Telstra stores. I just want to let you know, NBN is coming to the Mornington Peninsula, and all of our team are here to help.
Call us now on 1300 My Telstra. That's 1300 698 357.
So Pines have got the answer back, and that's what they wanted. They wanted to get one back nice and early. 7.5 played in this opening term. It's a goal the difference. Ball back in the middle. Hendry and Williams. Williams wins that one. Down to Hallahan. He tries to bustle his way through Potts. He tackled but managed to get a handball away. Finds Tompkins. Gives a quick one to Langford. He goes with a snap around the corner. It's good. It's a goal. So very quick link-up footy for Sorrento. Just clean hands out in the middle. And they kick their third. They go to 3-1-19. Plays Pines 1-1-7. 8.5 played in this opening term. Short pass.
Oh, geez. What a way to answer back there. There's just not much Sorrento can do wrong at the moment. To answer like that, straight after the centre bounce. Wowee. Fantastic start for Sorrento. Pines going to have to be careful here. They're going to need to answer back. Otherwise, they're just going to slip away.
They will need to answer back, but how clean have they been thus far?
Oh, just how many you'd expect them. Obviously, we know that they have just silky skills, Lock.
Yep, so Sorrento just need to ramp up that pressure as the ball's in the middle of the ground. Comes through with it now. There was Perry Lewis-Smith, it was, with a quick kick out of the middle of the ground. Chad Harris chopped that one off. He looks up towards the wing position now, goes up towards Tompkins, who gives a handball off to Brigden. Brigden runs up towards centre half forward. He's got Corp or Dawes, take your pick. Dawes sticks the one juke out, couldn't take it. Gladman to the follow ball, drops the footy. It's going to be pinged. Yep, holding the ball. Good tackle there, Perry Lewis-Smith, very ferocious around the footy.
Needed to do that because Sorrento are out there.
Well, Gladman kicks that, and it's probably a sausage if you ask me. Yeah. So good work, Perry Lewis-Smith. Goes a bit of short one. Finds Marshall now at half back. So that's a really good battle to watch out throughout the day. Marshall and Tapscott, both brilliant outside and inside players, another pair of them as he goes up towards the wing position now. Barfoot, he wins possession of the footy. Nice handball to Perry Lewis-Smith. He looks up towards half forward. Marsden, good work there on Bonghetti. Just got the fist in from behind. Happy to see it out of bounds and out of play.
It's interesting, isn't it, Locke? This smaller ground, it's only about 2 or 3 good kicks and you're from one end of the ground to the other. So we're going to see some really fast football today.
We are obviously both sides very silky and clean off half-back as well, so it's certainly going to be the way it's played as James Hallahan tries to bustle his way through a couple, was gang tackled there by Bongetti and White. He certainly would have felt that. So the ball about 45 out from the Pythons' goal. Bongetti wins that one. Hallahan again wins that footy. Just a quick kick on the boot. Pines structured themselves up well here, and Boswell was the man on the end of that one. So Boswell takes a mark in the middle of the ground. Normally a penetrating kick. He's going to go long and strong to full forward. Bonghetti's got to beat 2. Managed to bring the ball to ground and rove it himself. He gets wrapped up. Car spills out, and Edwards somehow extracted the footy. Quick snap at goal, kicked it, and he kicks their second. 2-1-13, plays 3-1-19. 10.5 played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Visit X-Golf Mornington, indoor golf simulator centres now, and enjoy a golfing hospitality and entertainment experience like no other. X-Golf Mornington is ideal for work events, birthday parties, corporate functions and bucks nights. For more information, go to xgolf.com.au. X-Golf Mornington, think beyond the green, a station sponsor.
So the X-Golf replay just coming up on screen now. Somehow Aaron Edwards extracted that footy and got a little snap. Don't know how he picked it up. The replay is somehow extracted it. No idea, can't tell in that replay, but it was pretty impressive stuff by Aaron Edwards. So the ball now cleared by Sorrento, goes up towards centre half forward. Fisher, he's happy to get the ball and just kick it out towards the boundary line. Could be deliberate, but I don't think the umpire will play it this early. Doesn't. So just in between centre half forward and the 50 for the Pythons. Michael Voss, mate.
Boundary throw in, centre wing, Main Street side of the ground. And we've got pack of players. Umpire said, no, it's going to be a free kick. Magnificent facility. This is going to be an awesome facility when all the renovations are done in a couple of years' time. Love this place, as you know. So Pines going
really,
forward.
Michael Voss?
A kick towards half forward, looking for Ludwig. Sorrento come out, try to cut off the pass as it is, but Pines get it back and they get the hand pass forward. Looking there for White, but the ball goes towards the boundary line and goes over for a boundary throw in. A good start by Sorrento. Their starts haven't been really good in the last few weeks, but they've managed to get a 6-point lead, which is a lot better than what they were probably this time in round 15 against the Pines. Boundary throw in as Williams gets the ball down. It's taken for Pines. I think that was Marshall who gets a high kick towards half forward. The mark has been taken there in defence for Sorrento. They can play on. It's Marsden who plays on and goes towards half forward. It's a poor kick. The mark has been taken there for Pines. So just trying to set up something here, and they go in short. The mark has been taken by Brandon Lewis, who plays on. He goes towards Bongetti.
Great
and
mark.
Just dives in front of the first slip there and takes the mark there, Tim Bongetti. He's too far out to score, but can he get to Aaron Edwards, or can he get to someone? He goes around, he sells some candy. He goes on the right foot. It was a poor right foot. Don't do that again, Bongo. Hand pass back and Sorrento will clear. A kick down towards centre wing. It's picked up there for Pines by Hendry. But Guy it was. Now a quick kick towards Marshall on centre wing. And Lockie Marshall's got it here for Pines. 6 points is the margin in the halfway through the first quarter, with Sorrento in front as Lockie Marshall just assesses his options. He goes long and high towards half forward. He's looking there for Bongetti, who was third in line. The ball comes down. Jack Grant was tackled. The umpire letting play go, and the ball kicked across the face of goal. A chance here for Pines if they can put some pressure on, not to be. Oh, poor kick. Brigden's in there. Is that holding the ball? The umpire said no. Ball at the top of the goal square. 14 minutes played in the opening quarter.
No
prior. It is Sorrento 3-1-19 and Pines 2-1-13 on the Bendigo Bank of Rye, Rosebud and Dramana scoreboard.
Thank you very much, Michael Voss. Ball back up. Bongetti wins that one. Down towards Scanlon, but Potter strips him of it. Handballed it to Steve Pasquale now. He's under some pressure by Jacobson. He caught him, but he somehow managed to get a handball away to Stevenson, who just gets jumped on by Potts and Marshall. The umpire's going to ping him here. That was interesting. Disagree with that.
Yeah, so do I, Locke. I reckon it might have just...
Not much prior, I wouldn't have thought.
No, I think it just might have been a bit of a payback for the last one. 2 half, prior opportunities. Maybe just thought he'd give him the benefit of the doubt here. So now, Pines, chance to kick their third. Just didn't close that gap a little bit more.
So it'll be Potts from about 45 out, directly in front. Normally an absolute beautiful ball user. Here's Luke Potts. He'll kick from 45. It'll take a good leg, but this is what Pines need, just to draw back even. Sets a ball, Sale likes it. Liked it straight off the boot there, did Potts, and he goes straight into Tapscott and lets him know about it. They draw even, 3-1 apiece. 14.5 played on a Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
The Rye Hotel's been around for 80 years and is renowned for their good old-fashioned service and hospitality. Phone 5985 2277 or visit the Rye Hotel at 2415 Point Nepean Road, Rye.
Good. So the ball back in the middle of the ground. Pines have drawn even. They're starting to press here, Pines. They're structuring themselves off half-back, and the pressure, they've turned it on. They're not letting Sereno use it as easy as what they were, as Scanlon comes out of half-forward. Handball to White, handball to Ludovic, just sits it into the front of the square, runs onto Harley Parker. Short kick goes towards Bongetti, trying to kick it out of mid-air, spills back to Parker. Marsden did some brilliant work there, smothered 3 of them.
I reckon about four exit play before that. I reckon they gave away a free kick for 2. I reckon Sereno were unlucky not to get a free kick there about 20
Bongetti
after
nearly punted his head off.
Well done, Jack Grant, just to kill the ball, rush behind. Good to see.
So Hallahan to bring the ball back in for the Sharks, goes long and strong up towards that wing position. Dawes tries to come through from the back, good fist comes from Fisher, spills to ground, first on it was Gardner, he goes for a handball up towards Dabrowski. Well done there, Fisher, just to dive on the footy, players dive on him, it'll get locked up. So centre wing position, far side of the ground here, somehow one car again has managed to find itself in the ground. I reckon you might find that that's actually the same car as last week as well. Someone sneaky. They've cut a hole in the back of the fence, no doubt, as the ball's brought back into play. Williams, he wins that tap out towards his teammate there in Gardner. He's well tackled out of bounds and out of play.
Right over behind the scoreboard there. I reckon they've somehow got in there, Lock.
Either that or they're here at 6:30 in the morning before any security guards are.
Probably your car, Michael Voss, isn't it? Don't you get a golden key?
As it comes out there by Perry Lewis Smith, goes up towards full forward. Bongetti and Marsden, they both go to
Good
ground, so
foot
it's a foot race between Grant and Parker. Daniel Grant wins that one. The Silver Fox, great tackle, Harley Parker, and Shields has pinged him. Holding the ball, says Josh Shields. Agree with it. Grant thought he was out.
Absolutely.
Parker said, mate, you ain't getting away from me. And pings him holding the ball, and he's a left footer here, Harley Parker, so this angle will suit. He's tied up against the boundary instead. He goes with a short one. Was a nice kick, finds Barfoot. It was Edwards or Barfoot. They were either, both of them were going to take it. Barfoot said, get away, Aaron, you have too many, so I'm going to take this one.
A bit like yesterday, when Mount Eliza crowd support was huge yesterday. YCW got the ball, you can hear a pin drop. A bit like that at the moment. Sereno's crowd not making noise, are they here? Make some noise, Sereno. Pines crowd are absolutely over the top at the moment.
So Barfoot will set the ball sail from 45. It's working its way back. It's got the legs too. It's a goal.
Don't have a ruckman on the line and you pay the price.
That you do. It was well shepherded out there by Bongetti and Edwards. The scoreboard now reads 4-2-26, plays 3-1-19, and you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
More and more people with a taste for quality are shopping at Eliza Meats. Phone 9787 4473 for a mouth-watering meal fit for a king. See our sponsor Kevin at Eliza Meats, 112B Mount Eliza Way, a station sponsor.
They're starting to roll on now, the Pythons, no doubt. Ball back in the middle. Corp, he's in there for the Sorrento Sharks now. Wins that tap out down towards Hallahan. That's Mitch. Gives a handball out to Gladman now. Just whacks it on a boot up towards centre forward. Baholke flies. Good fist comes from Hendry. Spills to ground. First on it was Wilcox. He just whacks it on the boot up towards wing position. Well done, Silver Fox. Daniel Grant just stood there, took a strong mark. So it's Grant now in the middle of the ground. Just going to send it long and strong up towards the leading doors. Well done there by Ben Thomas. Just stood the hole and was happy to take whatever was coming behind him. Took a strong mark.
Great defensive mark, Lock.
So it'll be Thomas now. Just goes with a short one. Across the face finds Ludwig. So Ludwig under a bit of pressure now. Has to come out laterally. Was a good kick. Finds his teammate there in Marshall. So Dawes stands a mark. Marshall not much ahead of him on this side of the ground, so he's going to look across the other side of the ground. He goes there now. Scanlon, it's got to be a good kick. It wasn't. Hallahan chopped it off. That was James. Spills down towards Dabrowski. Gives a handball up towards Chad Harris. He gets one in the back, and the umpire saw it. Hallahan had a shot at goal, went through for a minor, but the ball is being called back, and it's going to be a free kick out there. And I apologise, it's not Chad Harris. It looks like it's Will Tucker.
It looks like Chad Harris, doesn't it?
So it'll be Will Tucker who will receive the free kick about 45 out from goal. He'll kick from 50. Normally a good ball user is young Will Tucker.
Great tackle, Lock.
It was a good tackle, just didn't let it go. So he'll set the ball from 50. Doesn't look great off the boot. I put the Moz on him and he hasn't even troubled the scorers. It'll go out of bounds and out on the full. that one won't register a score. The score will stay at Sorrento 3-1-19, Pines 4-2, 26-19 and a half played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Ball back in now. Was a good kick by Chewy Scanlon, finds Boyle. So Boyle about 20 out from defensive goal. I reckon they'll stop trying to be too cute here. They might go long and strong. No, they're looking across the face. It was a poor kick again. Puts Perry Lewis-Smith under some pressure. Dawes was on his hammer. He had to give a handball off towards Ben Thomas. Wasn't great. And he got fenced there, Perry Lewis-Smith. Comes off a bit sore. So keep an eye on that one for us.
Twice now tried to be too cute, as you said. Like, it hasn't worked. They had options out here to go one on, decided not to. Cross face, don't go across face.
So Dawes wins that top out, cops one around the jaw. Umpire said playing, it was accidental. Boswell, he goes with a quick kick up towards the wing position. Edwards and Brigden in a foot race. Both happy to see the ball out of bounds and out of play.
Vossi, Edwards getting his hands on it, coming down the ground. Good to see. It's what the Pines need.
Yeah, no, look, it's good signs for them. Not only Aaron Edwards getting the ball, but I reckon the second game the scoring end was Jens Sereno kicking two in this first quarter. So Pines doing well, I reckon, against whatever breeze there is. Ball up at half 40 for Sorrento, 50 metres out from their goal. 4-2-26 Pines, Sorrento 3-1-19. We've played 21 minutes on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard as the ball is knocked down, and I think that was Burns who was tackled. The umpire says, I'm going to ball it up once again. So Sorrento with the first couple of goals, Pines with 4 of the last 5 in this game, and their good starts continue in first quarters in recent times. Last couple of months have been the best side at it. There's a kick around the corner towards centre wing. Looking there for a teammate. It's a free kick against you, Daniel Grant.
Yeah, was there every day of the week.
And the free kick is going to Brandon Lewis. He was all over his back, had his jumper, whichever way you want it. It was a couple of free kicks in one there. So Lewis has got it on defensive side of centre wing here at Mornington. He goes in short. He's looking there for a teammate who goes up and couldn't take the mark. The ball goes over right in front of us for a boundary throw-in as the boundary umpire doesn't waste too much time. 22 minutes in the opening quarter. Boundary throw-in. Half forward here for Pine. 60 metres out from their goal. Ball thrown back into play. Taken by John. He was tackled. Now falls free. Mitch Hallahan got the kick but was smothered. Boswell tried to tap the ball forward. It bounced back the other way. Free kick to Sereno in the centre of the ground, and it's a free kick. It's going to go not to Hallahan. It's going to, in fact, going to go to Chad Harris, who goes out towards half forward. That is a poor kick by Chad Harris, and he had a leading teammate out there, but just let him do too much, and the ball beat him to the line. Over the line for a boundary thrown in front of Shannon Gladman. 7 points is the margin here in favour of Pines on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 22 minutes opening quarter.
Yeah, the forwards weren't happy with Chad Harris there, abusing him down forward. They wanted it long and strong and deep, but he didn't. He went wide instead. Wasn't a great kick. As the ball's brought back into play, Chad Harris and Lockie Marshall happy to run the ball out of bounds and out of play, just in between centre and forward for the Pythons.
Happening on both occasions there, Locke, because Edwards also not happy with Lewis. Just his delivery wasn't great, put him under too much pressure. Should have gone another kick, bit more further.
As Johns wins that tap out only as far as deep as Squally, goes up towards Paholke. Hendry had the front spot. Good fist comes from Paholke, but the umpire said there was a push in the back, so it'll go to Hendry. Free kick. So Paholke just getting into his back there. We'll be looking forward to that battle today, obviously.
Yes.
An absolute brilliant one. Paholke won it last time. Somehow he still got best on. Hendry.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. You gave him best on.
Who? Oh, Guy? Yeah, no doubt.
Well, even though he's direct opponent was Paholke, you kicked 4 goals. Interesting.
Yeah,
anyway,
doesn't matter.
ball back in. Corp wins that tap out, down towards Wilcox. Handball to Boswell, he's off on the trot. He goes up to a leading Hendry, that's Bo Hendry coming out of full forward. Kick wasn't great there from Boswell. Goes out of bounds and out of play. So interesting to see Bo Hendry resting forward. He played majority of the day in the ruck last week, and Daniel Johns is giving him an assist already today, so obviously notifying that Williams, he's going to have a rest, so may as well give Hendry a rest as Hendry wins that one out of the ruck, goes with a quick kick to the top of the square. Edwards coming out to meet it. He's tapped it about 30 metres in front of him. Handball over the top, finds Boyle, who goes back further, finds Parker. He's got Potts in short, it was a good kick. Finds Potts about 50 out from goal, but the win, well, it's starting to blow down towards that Main Street end, so Sereno will kick him with it. He's got to kick against it, so he goes to Bongetti. It was a nice kick. Bongo stuck the Dukes out, dropped it. Ball spills out to ground. Dabrowski was first on, and he's met solidly there by Barfoot. Barfoot happy to take him to ground.
Bongo should have absolutely swallowed that. If that was a can of Jim Beam and a chocolate bar, he would have swallowed that.
Do you like that one? Short pass.
I did, mate. That's good.
So Hendry wins that tap out down to Barfoot. Quick shot at goals. Not Grain's going to go out of bounds and out on the full.
Not sure Bongers would have liked that, though. Not sure what you were inferring there, Bossy.
He should have swallowed. He should be having a shot right now, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that, but the reference to Jim Beam and what, Mars bar, was it?
Chocolate bar.
Chocolate bar.
Generic.
Silver Fox, Daniel Grant to bring the ball back in for the Sharks. Goes up towards the wing, and that time Bongo saw the can of Jimmy. He took it solidly. Goes in quickly towards Edwards. Wasn't a great kick, fall short of him. Good pick up though on the half volley. Handball up to McDermott, who goes back towards Edwards. It was a throw. The umpire saw it. Oh, that's 52, Edwards.
That's got to be 50.
Yeah, it is.
The sign was blown well and truly before you got the possession of the footy, Aaron. That was silly. So it'll be a free kick to go to Chad Harris, I think.
It's like a 100-metre penalty at Frankston. It's just, you don't give away 50s on grounds like this. You just don't.
With the wind on his back there, Vossi, I know it's Chad Harrison. We know he's got a good leg, but probably won't make the distance. He could be a chance.
He's going to go long and strong to Corp. Corp's got 2 to beat. Body's out 1. Good fist comes from John. Spills to ground. First on it was Gardner. Tried to bustle his way through. Couldn't. Gets well tackled. The umpire now will come in and throw the ball up. About 25 out from Sharks' goal. So Sharks haven't scored since the first 8 minutes of this quarter. We've played 25 and a half thus far. 3-1-19 plays Pines 4-2-26. That's on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. The ball brought back into play. Scanlon wins that one. Goes with a big kick up towards the wing position. Good fist comes from Hendry against Williams, but copped him around the chop, said the umpire. So it'll be a free kick to Ryan Williams. So Ryan Williams too far out to score, I would have thought from there. Man sends a mark about 60 out. He's going to go long and strong though. They've got players behind the ball. I would have thought they'd go in laterally, but they didn't. Instead, it goes in long, and Striker Boyle there was just way too slow to get that ball to foot. Was pigged holding the ball. So the free kick there looks like it's going to go to young Zach Burns, who is an absolute prolific ball user. Normally a beautiful kick at goal. No, it's not going to go to Burns. It's going to go to Tompkins instead, who also is a beautiful user of the footy. So Tompkins will have a shot at goal about 25 out straight in front. That's the beauty about Jaden Tompkins. He's about 6'3", but plays as a small and just so agile around the ground. But when he needs to, he'll step up and take a big strong mark as well as he walks in straight in front and kicks it. So they get their fourth. They'll go to 4-1-25, plays Pines 4-2-26 on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. We've played 27 minutes and you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
When you're working in the garden, you need tough, reliable tools that won't let you down. For quality equipment and excellent service, call into our sponsor, Hastings Mowers Superstore at 2013 Frankston Flinders Road, Hastings.
A proud station sponsor.
So, as I said, Sereno hadn't kicked a goal since the 8-minute mark of this opening term, but they've got one now to point the difference. 27 and a half played on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. Ball back in the middle of the ground. They'll want one early. They'll want to be in front at quarter time, no doubt. So will Pines. So it's going to be a contested ball from here on in as Williams gets tackled. Dropped it. Umpire said play on. Spills down towards Marshall. He goes with a quick one up towards centre half forward. Edwards has got to fly against 2. Here they spoiled each other. Then Sereno. Handball from White to Edwards. Running into open goal. Missed.
Oh, Aaron, that's poor.
He probably could have run another 10-15 metres there, Aaron Edwards, but instead went for the early kick and sprayed it. So it'll be quickly brought back in there by Sorrento. Good kick from Marsden. Finds Tompkins on the wing. He plays on quickly. Runs around Boswell. He's got Tapscott on over the top. Goes there now. Tapscott with a strong mark in front of Scanlon. So Tapscott just holding the footy up now. Looks long. He's going to go to a one-on-one. It'll be Corp and Bongetti v. Dawes and Thomas. Big fly from Corp. Strong hands. 2 hands just floated up behind a couple of them and stuck it in those dukes. Good strong mark, about 30 out on a slight angle. And Nick Corp, who's already got one today, will go back and have an opportunity to kick his second, and Sereno's 5th going into quarter time.
This is the ultimate 12-point turnaround here. Like, right. Corp should kick this goal, and Edwards should have Pines in front at quarter time, and as it is, Corp should put Sereno in front right now. So that's the quarter time siren. It'll be a shot after the siren for Nick Corp. A lot of Pines players stand the mark. They'll be trying to put him off. This will be big if he can kick it. Sets the ball sail, and that's Nick Corp for you, isn't it? He puts one straight through the hay diddle early in the quarter, and he sticks that one nearly out on the full. Nearly didn't trouble the scorers at all, so kicks a minor score. So it's even at quarter time, 4-2-26 apiece. We played 29 minutes in that opening term, and you've been listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Here at Bendigo Community Bank branches,
you just can't give away 50-metre penalties, and well, we're starting the second quarter. It's great quarter in Prospect.
So Williams and Hendry to do the ruck work. Williams down towards Gladman. Scanlon stole it. He tried to give a handball away. Wasn't great. Gets chopped off there by Tapscott. Ludwig's got a hold of him. Down anywhere anytime soon. So the umpire will come in and throw the ball up about 10 metres clear of that centre circle here. Just on the Sorrento side of the square. Ball thrown back up. Hendry wins that one. Down towards Boswell. Shad Harris just hold without the footy, says the umpire. Play on advantage. Hallahan goes quickly towards Paholke. One-on-one with Thomas. He wins that one there. Gives a handball up towards Dawes. He tries to shrug off a couple. Somehow got a handball away. Hendry. He steals the footy. Gives a handball quick to Thomas. Goes with a quick snap up towards a wing position. Bounces into Jack Grant's hand, who's got his brother back. Goes there now. Goes inboard. Finds Harris, who then goes with another one to Langford. They're under some pressure here. Good pressure from the Pythons. Jacobson wrapped him up. Took him to ground, but the umpire said didn't have prior. So I'll come in and get another touch.
Good to see just the umpires getting their hands on Durley Lock. They need to keep warm too.
That they do. So the ball back into play. Hendry, he tried to win the tap out, did. Down towards Scanlon. Goes a quick handball. Was chopped off there by Gladman. He goes with a quick kick up towards half forward. Good spoil comes from Johns against Corp. Corp did the roving no. Quickly picks the footy up. Quick snap towards goal. Tompkins was well done there by Hendry. Just good body work. Threw him out of it and took the mark. Looks to move it on quickly up towards Wilcox on wing position. He's going to go long, strong to a big lead from Bongetti. Was well chopped off there by Grant. Always puts his body on the line, does Grant. He dropped the footy. Umpire saw it. So Potter just trying to do too much on that occasion. Got the handball from Grant. Got pinged by two of them. McDermott was one of them. And McDermott, who had 5 at half time, is going to line up for his first from about 45 on a 25-degree angle. I
reckon this is probably his first kick. He gave away a free kick for throwing the ball in the first quarter, but I reckon this is his first kick, and a vital one to start the second quarter as he goes back and has the shot from 40. Goes back. It's a beautiful kick. It's a good kick, and Pines have the perfect start in the second quarter. 5-3-33, Sorrento 4-2-26. We played 90 seconds in the second quarter. That's on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
That it is. Was a good start there for the Pythons. No doubt they would have wanted to come out and score that first score, no doubt. Short pass.
Yeah, absolutely. I just took notice then of Nick Corp. I think Daniel John's really going to have to tighten up on Nick Corp because he's so quick at foot. So if he's not lucky, you can't give him too much, because Daniel John was lucky then.
He was. He's quick to just follow that ball up. He's Corp. So Johns, as you said, will have to be all over it. Short pass. So we're just waiting for the ball to come back from Main Street.
This is where Pines made their move in the round 15 game, boys. They went from 4 goals to 10 at half time. So this is the quarter they did basically win the game in their round 15 game.
Boys, needless to say, happy Father's Day to all the dads and grandfathers and so on and so forth out there. So happy Father's Day to all the boys, all the dads.
So the ball back in the middle of the ground. Williams v Hendry. Hendry wins it out towards a wing position. Scanlon, he's the first on it. Kicks a kick up the ground. Perry Lewis-Smith swoops. Quick kick up towards the top of the goal square. Good fist comes from Brigden, who's in a foot race. Edwards, he's first on it. Somehow extracted the footy. Gives a handball back to McDermott. Right foot snap at goal. It's going to fall short. Potts is in the goal square. Good fist comes from Potter. Goes through for a minor score.
Don't think that's... that went between the goal and the point post. And I think the goal umpire probably shouldn't have given touch then, but nevertheless... It's a point, nevertheless. I think that's just a bit of a...
We don't care what signal it is, Vossi. It was a...
it's a handling error.
It's a point at the end of the day.
It's a handling error.
We understand that your brother is a goal umpire coach, but we're commentating at the moment.
And Nice.
No, brother's not a coach. Nice is a goal umpire, though.
Yes.
You're right.
So, brought back in there by Grant. Short one finds Marsden. He looks up towards half back now. It goes up towards Tompkins. Big fist comes from behind there. Hendry spills to ground. First on it there was Wilcox. He was stripped of it, dropped it. So it'll be a free kick to go to Jake DePasquale, who was good in that first term. Looked really lively. In fact, the free kick's going to go to Potter. So Potter, a wiry old customer, half back for the Sharks, goes in short, finds Gladman. He's going to find another short one, looking up for Williams. Wasn't a great kick, fall short of him. Puts him under a bit of pressure. Hendry's hot on his hammer. Gives a handball, sweeping up towards a wing position. Boswell just tapped it on. Was silly. Just stuck in the one. Duke was soft because Marshall had his name written all over it, so I put him off. The players jump on the footy now. They get wrapped up, so the umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Centre wing position, far side of the ground, where, as we said at the start of the game, that one vehicle has managed to find itself in the ground. Don't know how, because no cars are allowed in. Quick kick comes out of that centre clearance by Hallahan. Goes up towards centre half forward. Deep Pasquale steals it, goes with a quick short one up towards Corp, sticks out the one Duke, couldn't take it, just kicks it forward, goes for some distance, try to come through there Gardner, instead Corp dived on it. Ball manages just to spill out towards Hendry, who gets jumped on by Harris, cops one around the chops. He saw, but the umpire didn't see what happened, and they're into Hendry down on the ground there.
And short pass lead, but Holke basically hasn't touched it at this stage.
No. Absolutely right there, Michael Voss. So obviously just getting under his skin. He hasn't been able to get injected in the game. Do you move him up forward? Do you move him just further up, try and get him involved, or do you just keep him there?
Set him deep, I'd say play him one out.
Yeah.
Because Thomas has got the roll on him, it's not Hendry. So
Thomas has had a few touches himself.
Chad Harris there is going to be helped off. He looks concussed, but Holke here is just given a free kick away. Was just a bit of a mental blank. It's going to go to Nick Boswell.
Just grabbing his jaw, Chad Harris, as he comes off just a couple of times. So he's copped something in the hustle and the bustle there, Locke.
I think he copped the stray. He tackled Hendry, and I think Hendry just tried to shrug the tackle, and he copped a stray elbow.
Okay, so nothing in it.
So not much in it, but Sereno are pretty happy to get
kick
into him as Boswell goes up towards half forward now.
Oh.
It's a foot race between Jacobson and Grant. Silver Fox Grant, that is. Grant was strong. Just one first of the footy, shrugged off Jacobson. Gives a handball to Potter. Put him under a lot of pressure. Quick kick comes from Jacobson up to the top of the goal square. Foot race between Langford and Perry Lewis Smith. Langford just happy to go for the big fist through for a minor score. That time it was the right signal from the umpire. Thank you for that.
Potter very
the listeners.
Potter very slow.
Sorrento 4-2-26 plays Pines 5-5-35. 6.5 played on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. It'll be Langford to bring it back in. Finds Gladman, who's going to go with a short one up towards Brigden. So Brigden there just drifting off Edwards. Finds possession of the footy just in between half-back and centre of the ground. He's going to go long and strong up towards Taps. Got in a one-on-one with Scanlon. Thomas will fly from the side. That was poor by Baholke. Just let Thomas fly in there. Absolutely no shepherd out of the contest. So Thomas with an easy one goes short up towards a wing. Ludwig, he turns and goes quickly. He's got Edwards, just sits out in front of him. He's got to beat two. Edwards spills the ground. Marsden was first on it. Handball to a running Deep Pasquale now. Jacobson was on his hammer, just shrugged him off. Looks up towards centre half forward. He's got Baholke in a couple, as well as Hellahan. And there's a shepherd out of the contest there by Bo Hendry. So it's going to be a free kick towards Tapscott. Hellahan tried to take the advantage, but the umpire said no, get back on your line, mate. So it'll be a free kick to Mitch Hellahan. No, it'll be a free kick to Luke Tapscott. So Hellahan tried to claim it, but it'll be a free kick to Tapscott. He's just signalling long. He's got Corp one out in the goal square. He's got the Rovers out wide. He's going to go long and strong to Corp. He's going to fly against Johns and Hendry. Big fist comes from Hendry. He wins it two. Quick clear and kick up towards centre half back. Perry Lewis Smith coming in to fly as well as Dabrowski. Spills to ground. Potts was first on it. He just swoops on it like a seagull. He goes with a kick up towards half forward. Out to coming to meet it is Edwards. Poor bounce. That was unlucky. Jack Grant, he was first on it. He runs up towards centre half back now. On his hammer is McDermott. So just was a poor grubber kick. Didn't look where he kicked it there, Jack Grant. Wilcox was all by himself. It races out towards the boundary line. Manages to kick the ball in, but great work there by Matty Dabrowski just to get across the face of ground and smother that footy.
Luke Baholke's body language, boys, at the moment is absolute. It's terrible, and he's arguing with the umpire as well.
He's just abused the umpire.
He's just told the umpire there's a blood rule, I think, and then he hasn't.
Tapscott's got a blood rule, so we just saw that one there.
No,
Lee Baholke's absolutely giving it to that field umpire there.
Tapscott's just got into Chewy Scanlon from the boundary line there. Scanlon was on the Pines bench, and Tapscott just giving him what's for as he was running off the ground.
That's really good science for Pines, because I don't think Scanlon's had a huge game so far, yet they're in front on the scoreboard.
Very true, Michael Voss, as the ball's brought back into play in between half forward and centre of the ground for the Pythons. It's won there by Perry Lewis Smith. He gives a handball up towards Marshall, who can run inside 50, have a shot at goal from the boundary line if he wants. He's trying to work it back, didn't work back, goes through for a minor score.
Boys, I'm not sure the best thing to do for Tapscott is to get into Scanlon's ear, because we know he can take on a whole football club by himself, not only just with the boys on the ground, but obviously supporters as well.
So Sereno looked to bring it out to this far side of the ground. They do. Dabrowski, it was on the ball, just trying to do too much than what he did. dropped the footy to Brolski, so it'll be a free kick there to go to Brandon Lewis. The scoreboard after that behind. Sorrento 4-2-26 plays Pines 5-6-36. 10 minutes played on the Rye Hotel scoreboard.
Oh,
Edwards,
fly.
no, that was Barfoot. He flew from behind, should have been in the back. Umpire said play on. Hallahan goes towards him, but McDermott strips him of it, spills to ground. Players jump on the footy, and it'll be the umpire's ball about 25-30 out. Straight in front of the Pythons goal, Michael Voss.
Michael Voss. It has just, correct me if I'm wrong, but has it just not heated up? This ground, it's about 8 to... Oh,
Snap a goal is a goal. So Pines have kicked another goal to extend their lead to 16 points here in the second semi-final. There's 6-6-42 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and Sorrento are 4-2-26. And you're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Did you know that the Bendigo Community Bank branches support our local sporting clubs? Our sponsor, the Bendigo Community Bank branches in Rye, Dramana and now in Rosebud, are supporting the local community and putting the people back into banking.
So Pines at another 6-6-42, playing Sorrento's 4-2-26. 11 minutes played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Ball spills out towards Marshall now. He dives on the footy, so does Langford. Boswell dives on him. The umpire wraps the ball up. So just at half forward for the Pythons.
So that was Bongetti, we've just been told, that kicked that last goal out of the ruck contest. Good clearance to Giga Sausage there.
Yep, we would have noticed it if you weren't talking short pass, so maybe...
Well, someone had been calling the game. I wouldn't have to have talked.
Well, we can't talk over the top because you get all
well, you
sour.
can, you do it all the time.
You get stroppy, you get all sad. And
do it all the time.
You stand up, you walk out, that's what you do. Ball in half forward for the Sharks. Ball board up, Hendry wins that one down towards Marshall. Williams dives on the footy, so does Marshall. Players jump on the footy.
Just on the ex-golf replay screen, Bongetti just decisive tap, got the ball out of the contest, kicked a goal, lock, well done. And that's on the ex-golf replay screen.
So a little bit of heat in this game. They're not happy with Paul Scanlon. Langford straight to him, having chirps. The ball's brought back into play. Di Pasquale jumps on the footy. Players jump on him, that's White. Buries him into the ground as well. Di Pasquale into him, so there's a lot of feel in this one.
Yeah, not wrong.
Really starting to heat up. A lot of physical presence felt around the ground as Williams wins that tap out down towards Mitch Hallahan. He's been very well held today, Mitch Hallahan. Hasn't had the influence that they wanted to have as Harris. He gets stripped of it, drops it, tried to kick it. He's jumped on now. The umpire again will come and throw the ball up. So that ground right there is being chopped right up because there's a lot of players hot on the footy.
So his brother also.
Yeah, his brother's been really called off. In fact, I can't even see him on the ground.
I've not seen him out there.
So Chad Harris goes with a quick kick up towards the top of the goal square. Caught way too strong for Johns on that occasion. Good body work, good solid mark. And he'll mark it about 5 metres out directly in front.
Yeah,
good one-on-one contest there. Like you said, Locke, Potts just too strong then.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Short pass. Michael Voss last year in the interleague game. Nick Corp had the exact same kick it on the MCG and nearly kicked it out in the full. So this will be an interesting one. Keep an eye on this. It's not a give me. Corp runs into goal, kicks it just. So that's their fifth. 5-2-32. Plays Pine 6-6-42. 13 minutes played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
That's their first for the second quarter too, Locke.
Love your work, short pass. Short and sharp, that's the way it should be.
I do like to talk.
Vital goal, that one. They needed that one because Pines had kicked only a couple of goals to the quarter, and they really did need that one to keep in touch at this stage because Pines are not well on top, but they're on top anyhow in general play.
So James Hallahan in the middle of the ground there. Michael Voss obviously puts out doubts to bed. He's all right.
He has hardly touched it though.
He has. Neither's his brother, so they'll be looking for a bit of influence from the pair of them, but that's the same thing as happened in round 15. They didn't touch it in the first half, they touched it in the second half and were best on.
Chewy Scanlon's on him too.
So it'll be Hendry and Williams to do the ruck work. Ball brought up. Hendry wins that one down towards Scanlon. Falls to Marshall instead. He goes with a quick kick out towards Parker at half forward. Runs around Harris. Goes with a left foot forward up towards Edwards. Wasn't a great kick. Will go out of bounds and out on the full.
He just apologised to Aaron Edwards for the poor kick there.
Yeah, Aaron wasn't too happy about it. So it'll be Daniel Grant to bring the ball back in for the Sharks. Goes backwards, finds his brother. So his brother just in the goal square. Will go out wide again, finds Marsden. So prolific ball users in that back half, Sorrento. They're normally very, very clean coming out. See Marsden's hands now. So been asked to play on, so Bongetti stands the mark. He's going to go short to Jack Grant. Good kick finds him. So Jack Grant about 25 out from defensive goal. They're structuring themselves up well here, Pines. Sorrento just really struggling to find an avenue out as they go laterally to Brigden. Williams is in a one-on-one with Hendry up on the wing position, so that's where he's going to send it. You'd think Williams would have the body strength to go against him here. They both fly. Good fist from Hendry. He does the roving as well, goes out towards the boundary line. He'll go out of bounds and out of play. So just in front of the Sorrento's interchange here. Williams and Hendry, they've done most of the ruck work so far this quarter. 15 minutes in, 5-2-32, plays 6-6-42. Hendry wins that one down towards Perry Lewis-Smith, but he's well wrapped up by Hallahan.
Heard the whistle then, and I didn't realise that the netball's still going over the back, of course.
That is Fossey. So it'll be brought back up. Williams and Hendry. Williams wins that one. Perry Lewis-Smith swooped on it. Handball backwards, finds Boyle. He's under some pressure, goes backwards again, finds Perry Lewis-Smith. He goes up towards Scanlon. Hallahan was quickly on him. Gladman picks up the footy. Goes out of bounds and out of play.
That's how strong Scanlon is. He was in a tackle, getting tackled, and then was able to tackle with the ball when it come out. Oh, jeez, he's big.
Yeah, he's a little staffy, just
He
a bulldog. Chewy Scanlon, no doubt. Ball back into play. Back. Try and say it, Lockie. First on it there was Mitch Hallahan, but the two bulls, Scanlon and Mitch Hallahan, all over it.
I think I'm fair to say he's the oldest player in the competition, but by God, he'd be just about the fittest, if not the fittest.
I agree with that one as the ball's brought back into play. Hendry kick off the ground up towards the wing position. Parker first out to meet it in front of Harris. Just goes with one off the ground smartly up towards centre half forward. Ludwig was first on it, just kicked it out to the advantage of White. He's about 50 out, but Tapscott just bullied him. Speared him into the deck, and he'll be holding the ball. Just Sean White absolutely unaware of what was behind him there, no talk. And Tapscott, well, that's not a spear tackle I'd want to be on the end of, no doubt. Goes on quickly up towards half back, finds Grant. Grant with a quick one, nice. Up towards half forward, finds Langford. He's going to swing quickly. He's got Paholke short. It was a poor kick. Paholke tried to get it on the half volley, couldn't. Dabrowski swoops on it. Handball to Paholke. Normally good on in these situations. Was a poor kick on that occasion. Corp tackled Johns to the ground, but went through for a minor score. That's what it'll be. So Sorrento will get a 5-3-33, plays Pines 6-6-42. 17 minutes played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Michael Voss.
Just trying to make sense of what Lee Paholke was trying to do there with that shot. He could have just straightened up and gone for goal easily there. Long kick out of defence by Boyle for Pines. Ball off the back. Jack Grant's got a good tackle applied. Proud one holding the ball, and they're going to get it at half back here. Good tackle applied there for the Pines by Kyle Jacobson, who will go back and go in short, looking for a teammate who's got him in the centre of the ground. Just working their way forward here, Pines. 18 minutes played in the second quarter. Margin is 9 points on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard as Sean White goes around, sells some candy, goes towards half forward with the kick. Not the greatest of kicks. The ball on the ground. It's a chance here for Pines inside attacking 50. It was smothered off the boot. Still an opportunity. A quick snap at goal, and that is a goal. I'm just trying to pick
Perry
up
Lewis-Smith, Michael.
It was Perry Lewis-Smith. Okay, 7-6-48. Plays 5-3-33, and that's how you do the check sides from the pocket short pass.
Absolutely. Just simple, not simple football because it takes a lot of skill, but wowee, what a fantastic kick at goal. Like to see that, and that's their third for the second term too, Michael Voss.
And at halftime we will be speaking to Gary Sampson from the Bendigo Bank as well.
That we will. Michael Voss on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Great man.
Brilliant sponsors of the RPPFM station, aren't they, Raab City? A great cameraman also, Raab. Brought you some photos yesterday of yesterday's game, and will be all over it tonight as well, no doubt, as a quick kick comes from Sorrento up towards an half forward. Well done there by Boyle. He gets his handball chopped off by Paholke, who goes quickly to deep Pasquale. Nice short kick, finds Dawes out in front of Fisher. So Dawes takes a mark about 40 out on about a 35-degree angle.
Well, I reckon this is only his second kick, boys. He kicked that long goal in the first quarter. I don't reckon he's touched it other than that.
No, I reckon you're right, Michael Voss. But geez, what a great lead! You can't get past him when he's out in the lead. Fisher definitely couldn't then.
So it'll take a good kick here from Big Chris Dawes, kicking straight into the win there, I reckon. Obviously a thumping kick of the footy. Normally pretty good with the accuracy as well, Big Dawsy. Sets a ball sail, likes it off the boot too, kicks it. So that'll be their sixth. No, he liked it off the boot. He was celebrating, was Dawes. So the
umpire didn't.
So it'll go through for a minor. I'll go to 5-4-34. Plays 7-6-48. 19 and a half played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Michael Voss.
Definitely a bit of bendage on that one. Short pass by Scanlon, mark taken by Boswell in the back pocket. So Pines with a 14-point lead as we head into time on in the second quarter as the long kick comes out towards centre wing. Ball over the back. A chance there for Hendry. It's a good kick by Guy Hendry. Just gets it 40 metres down the line. He probably could have been excused. He was running towards the boundary, but managed to keep it in play. But it's a free kick at half back. And the free kicks to Daniel Grant, who goes in short. Mark has taken. He never kicks a bad ball, Daniel Grant. He's amazing kick of the ball.
Hits targets.
He does every single time. Shad Harris in short. Mark taken by Mitch Hallahan, who's got it. He goes in short. He's got a teammate there in Deep Pasquale who's looking to play on and does. Goes towards half forward.
Strong hands.
Corp. Yeah, he took that. That's fine. That's decision. Yeah.
Over shoulder there, Vossi.
Strong mark over the shoulder, whatever, by him. And the
how
kick
did
towards
that?
Bahalki, and who takes the mark. And this is an opportunity for Sorrento to get their 6th goal on the board, and for Lee Bahalki to maybe get himself into the game. He's only had the one touch so far. He managed to kick a banana from about 30 out and miss it on that occasion, but now he's 35 out. He is pretty much directly in front. A lot of goal face open. Has the shot, and he puts it through for a goal. And that is his first goal for the day, and they're up to 6-4-40, and Pines are 7-6-48, and we are in time on in the second quarter. You're listening to RPP, the voice of Peninsula football.
Hi, I'm Jack, and my dad is Pete from the Mornington and Rosebud Telstra stores. I just want to let you know, NBN is coming to the Mornington Peninsula, and all of our team are here to help.
Call us now on 1300 My Telstra. That's 1300 698 357.
So a good goal there by Sorrento. They were just a lot cleaner with their entry, and that's the way they play their best footy. Hendry, he's on Corp, Thomas on Paholke, so hopefully Hendry doesn't get best on today.
Let it go, mate.
Ball back out there by Sorrento. Stripped there by Potts, though. Goes up towards full forward. Potter gets the spoil in, spills to ground. Brigden and Edwards in a foot race. Edwards off the ground. Misses. The umpire said it's a kick in the danger, so it'll be a free kick to go to Brigden. Edwards just kicking off the ground there, nearly scotting him in the noggin. So Brigden, who's right in the goal square, defensive goal square for the Sharks, goes long and strong up towards half-back. Spoiled there by Boswell, but the umpire's picked a free kick. It's going to go to Sorrento, so it'll be a free kick to Tapscott against Jono Hughes. So Tapscott, who's also been quiet for the Sharks. At half-back. Scoreboard, that's a Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Grade 6-4-40, plays Pines 7-6-48. 22 and a half gone. Goes long and strong up towards half forward. Corp, too strong again. Big Nick Corp, strong hands. He's been taking lots of marks thus far in this game. He's at half forward. He's going to go long up towards the leading doors, but that's what lets Nick Corp down. Poor kicking, kicks it out of bounds and out on a full, and he had absolutely no pressure on him on that occasion. So they'll be disappointed that with that big Dawsey. Wants better use than that.
Well, when you're taking clangers like that, you want to back it up, don't you, Locke?
You do, as McDermott goes long up towards the wing position. Good fist by Potter, who's at the fall. Ludwig was. He went without it, though. Hallahan stripped him. Somehow Ludwig stripped him of it again. Spills to ground. Foot race between Harris and Tapscott. Tapscott wins it. Goes out towards Deep Pasquale now. Grant goes up wide. Finds his brother. So that's Jack Grant now at half-back. Goes with a short one for Burns. Wasn't a great kick. Puts him under a bit of pressure, but Marsden kept running. That was smart. He's got the doors on a lead. Just does some good body work. Able to see the ball out of bounds and out of play. So Dawes and Paddy Swain nearly coming into each other. Paddy Swain did not budge.
No.
Tough as nails, Paddy.
Wouldn't imagine Paddy would move either for Chris Dawes or for the Santa Claus.
So the ball right in front of the Pines bench. That was a poor throw in. Williams having to do a lot of work there. Spills to ground now. Hendry gives a hand towards wider, just whacks it on the boot, goes long and strong. Ludwig in a one-on-one with Marsden. Just held on to him there, Ludwig, and the umpire saw what we saw. So it'll be a free kick to Nick Marsden at half-back for the Sharks.
Locke, Sorrento just controlling the play right now. Not much Pines can do.
They've been good off half-back. Pines not being able to get the clean entries that they want to be doing as he goes up towards a wing position, and Bongo just let easily to fly in from the side, takes a strong mark, goes quickly up towards half forward. Ludwig gets it spoiled away from him. Scanlon was first on it. Goes with a handball to Marshall, was chopped off nicely there by Gladman. Goes quickly to Marsden, who then goes up towards Burns, who goes up towards half forward. Big fist from behind by Thomas. Good. Just killed the contest there. Benny Thomas goes out of bounds and out of play.
I think generous with that hand pass by Scanlon. He hit it with one hand, but that's bottom line. They got the ball back here, and a goal lead to Sereno just before half-time, boys, and we've basically got an even ball game.
It'll be a brilliant ball game if Sereno could get one back here. Be a very interesting contest in this second half, no doubt. Still will be anyway, as Williams wins that one with a handball to Tapscott. He tries to bustle his way through, couldn't. Spills to ground now, Deepa Squally jump on it, so does Hendry. That umpire will come in and throw the ball up, just in between wing and half forward for the Sharks. As Michael Voss said, Sereno will certainly want to get one going in. We've played 25 minutes on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They're 8 points down, 6-4-40, plays 7-6-48 as Tapscott try to punt one off the ground at a fresh airy and then dive straight into Bo Hendry's head, so it'll be a free kick. They've got advantage. Through McDermott out on the far wing, goes up towards Edwards. Good fist by Brigden from behind there, spills to ground, and Brigden's in a foot race with McDermott. Brigden just tapping it along the ground, keeping it in front of him, and eventually goes out of bounds and out of play. So the ball out on the 54, the Pythons. That's the Pythons' goal. It'll be Williams and Bongetti to do the ruck work. Hendry just positioning himself off it. Hendry wins that one. Bongetti wins that one out towards the 50. Wilcox gets his kick smothered. First on it, Grant goes a handball backwards, finds Langford, runs around Parker. He's off with the bounce now. Goes with a handball up towards Gladman. Wasn't a great handball, put him under a bit of pressure. He's happy to see the ball out of bounds and out of play. So just in between wing and half forward for the Pythons, Michael. The Bendigo Bank scoreboard reads Sorrento 6-4-40, plays Pines 7-6-48, 26 played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Burns wins that clearance, gets tackled, smothered. Players jump on the footy, it'll be a ball up. No, it's a free kick, said he dropped it, so it'll be a free kick to Lockie Marshall here. I apologise, thought it was a ball up. Instead, Marshall will be on the end of a free kick. He's too far out to score, so he goes in short. Nice kick, finds Scanlon. So Scanlon takes a mark on the 50 paint, and he's going to have a shot at goal, is Chewy Scanlon. So this will be a good goal for Pines if he can go back and kick this. They'll go in with a 14-point lead into half-time. We've played 26 3/4 minutes.
And only 5 goals kicked, 2 locks, so Siren wouldn't be too far away.
So Scanlon now sets the ball sail, likes it, and puts it straight through the middle. And man, did he let Langford know about it. Kicks their 8-6-54, plays 6-4-40, 27 gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. And you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Visit X-Golf Mornington Indoor Golf Simulator Centres now and enjoy a golfing hospitality and entertainment experience like no other. X-Golf Mornington is ideal for work events, birthday parties, corporate functions and bucks nights. For more information, go to xgolf.com.au. X-Golf Mornington, think beyond the green, a station sponsor.
Welcome back here to Alexandra Park. 14-point lead to Pines. We're on the steps of half-time. We've played 27.5 minutes. Can Sorrento reply? A kick forward by Gladman towards full forward. Corp charges out, couldn't take the mark. Ball on the ground. Still inside the Sorrento attacking 50. They've got to try and get this ball free. They can't. Pines have just got to try and lock it up. Ball out towards the boundary line and goes not quite over now. It does over the line for a boundary throw. And the margin is 14 points on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's Pines 8-6-54. Sorrento 6-4-40 as the ball ready to be thrown back into play by the boundary umpire. Big goal by Paul Scanlon just before to get Pines at 14-point leaders. Bo Hendry, I should say, gets the ball and chucks it on the boot down towards centre wing. The ball goes towards the line and over, working his way into the game, Chewy, in the second quarter after a little bit of a slow start by his standards.
Well, Bossy, he's had quite a few possessions in this second quarter, so he's definitely injected himself back in the game.
Boundary umpire throws the ball back in. Williams, did he interfere with the Pines opponent there? Not to be. The umpire says, I'm going to ball it up once again.
6 goals kicked in the second too, Vossi, so you wouldn't expect the Siren to be that far away. I know I said earlier, but geez, long quarter, 28 minutes.
And it is 14 points of difference. Hendry wins that one down towards Perry Lewis Smith. Potts tries to goes off the ground. Lewis comes in now. 30 or 40 seconds, I reckon, tops, boys.
I'm going to keep you that.
The early moz on again. It's whatever he can, he goes the early moz on, doesn't he?
Won't go any more than 30, boys.
As Hendry wins that tap out towards Deepa Squally. Stripped to the footy, holding the ball, dropped it, so it'll be a free kick to McDermott. It'll be massive if they can get another one. 20-point lead going into half-time. He's pointing at the goals. The man stands a mark about 55 out. So it'll be a very good kick.
Mind you, we did have an instance when Pines kicked the goal in the quarter and there was about a 2-minute delay, so that could add
look, all of a sudden he's on the back foot, Vossi. All of a sudden Michael Voss is on the back foot. You've called it, mate. Can't be less. So McDermott, he loads up. There's the siren's going to fall short. So Michael Voss called it. It was more than 30 seconds.
But you can't call it and then say, oh, hang on, no, I think I'm wrong.
It was 28:47 and it's now 29:27, so it's exactly 40 seconds.
No, it's not. It's 29:34.
Yeah, it's still going and the siren's gone.
You're dreaming, mate. It was more than 30 seconds. You said no less. It was 32. Bad luck, better luck next time. But Pines will go in leaders. 8.654 to Sorrento's 6.440. That's on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It was a big quarter there for both sides. Obviously, Pines, they got the better of it. 14-point leaders going into half-time. Boys, we'll go to a break and come back to you with Gary Sanford. Michael Voss will be doing some interviews with him. You've been listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Here at Bendigo Community Bank branches,
We support local footy.
Local teams and all our community champions.
Bendigo Movement. Join us every Thursday from 7 p.m. for your weekly dose of Dream Home inspiration. Only on RPPFM.
So Marshall there, given the free kick straight to Luke Tapscott, dive straight into his back, so it'll be Tapscott getting up gingerly off the ground. Will be a free kick to him in the middle of the ground. So the scoreboard coming back at half-time reads 6.440 plays Pines, 8.654. Tapscott's going to go long and strong though. What an early one. Ball spills out the back of the pack. Baholke in a foot race with Thomas. Thomas just kicks it off the ground, goes through for a minor score.
Nothing wrong.
Talk please, short pass.
Well, I've just tried to 3 times, but nothing happened. So here we are. Nothing wrong with that. Killing the ball, like it.
So Parker now out of defence for Pines. Good mark, flies in from the side there. Hendry on the wing position. Goes with a short one up towards Bonghetti on a nice lead. Finds him now. Solid Dukes. So Bongo just in between half forward and centre of the ground. He's just going to have to go long and strong. No, instead he goes towards Edwards. Going to go over his head. Was a poor kick there from Bonghetti. Good mark taken there by Brigden. So Brigden on the defensive 50 looks to go strong and quickly up towards Nick Corp on a big lead coming off half forward. Hendry gets a fist in, wins the race towards a footy. Bongo cops one high from Corp. Umpire said play on. Corp dives on the footy, tries to give a handball out, gets wrapped up, somehow finds its way out towards Tompkins, who's just going to go strong. He's got Marcus Gardner there by himself, but it was a poor kick. Will go out of bounds and out on the full.
It's going to give Pines the opportunity just to reset lock. They're going to want to enter. They're going to want to kick the first goal, make it 3 goals. Unbelievable. Sorrento 6.541 plays Pines 8.654.
So a big strong fist comes from behind there by Hendry. Chad Harris was first on the footy. Hendry quickly on him, wraps him up solidly. And I reckon he might have given a couple underneath there because Sorrento players have jumped on Hendry to remonstrate. The umpire just trying to do a bit of work and position themselves out of each other.
I think he's paid a free kick.
We've got some
footage coming up, I think, Locke. I think Nepal Susovic has seen some foul play in that pack, so that'll be interesting to follow up.
Certainly, as Marshall gets a handball away to Potts. He's out on a wing position now, goes with a grubber up towards half forward. Potter wins that race against Barfoot. Handball was poor though, chopped off by Boyle. He's going to go long and strong to the goal square. Brigden, well done. Good body work against Edwards there, takes another strong mark. So Brigden with an early couple of marks against Edwards here. Solid for him. Looks up towards half back. He's got Williams v Barfoot. Williams just monstered Barfoot there. Quickly to move it on towards Tapscott at half back, who looks up towards centre half forward. He's got Corp and Baholke. Corp will fly from behind, does now. Who's at the fall of ball? Chad Harris wins a foot race. Tries to kick off the ground for some distance. Boyle, he's just pushed off the footy. It's a push in the back. The umpire's seen it. So Baholke just 2 hands in the back of Jacob Boyle there. Will give the free kick away. They were out then, Sorrento. Boyle did well to come through and chip that off. So we've got the Bendigo, the ex-golf replay coming up here, and Hendry has just chucked the boot into Tapscott's head there. That's pretty average. That was a deliberate one, but I guess he tried to make it look a bit like accidental. I wouldn't mind seeing that one again to see the intent in his face if you could.
He looked pretty angry.
Peter Susovic. So ex-golf replay is absolutely all over it at the moment, thanks to Peter Susovic and Graham Cornish in the back of this commentary box. Absolutely dominate each week as the ball was brought back in there by Hendry. It wasn't a great kick. and chopped off by Chad Harris, who looks to go across towards centre half forward, marked there by Hallahan on the 50.
Plenty of emotion still playing, obviously, in this game. Lockett, first quarter just a little bit dull, but this second quarter's absolutely jacked up, and now we're in the third. Plenty of emotions.
There he is. So Hallahan, who's normally a prolific kick of the footy, will set the ball sail from about 55. He's definitely got the distance. Whether he can have the accuracy with the distance or not is another question. He walks in now, sets the ball sail, and off the boot, he had the arm up in the air, kicks it. 7-5-48 plays Pines, 8-6-54, 7-5-47 in fact. 4.5 played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
More and more people with a taste for quality are shopping at Eliza Meats. Phone 9787 4473 for a mouth-watering meal fit for a king. See our sponsor Kevin at Eliza Meats, 112B Mount Eliza Way, a station sponsor.
So ball back in the middle of the ground, James Hallahan, when he gets his hands on the footy around the 50, you just know that he's going to do something special as Johns wins that tap out. Tapscott was first on it though, drives it forward to the top of the goal square. Hendry in a one-on-one with Corp, it goes over the top of them all, goes through for a minor score. So it looks like Bo Hendry has just gone into defence now, will play on Corp, interesting. He's been pretty good so far in the ruck as Bo Hendry.
Yeah, but Corp's been good too, Lock. So obviously Lewis not able to do the job.
So Boyle now kicks it to himself, runs up towards the defensive pocket, goes up towards half-back. Good ball comes from Williams, spills to ground. Ben Thomas, he's first on it, gives a handball back up towards Potts, who just whacks it on the boot up towards wing position. Barfoot in a foot race with Jack Grant. Jack Grant wins that one, but took it out of bounds and out of play.
Corpse has probably been the best forward on the ground at this stage for either side, to be perfectly frank. So
we've got another another ex-golf replay here. And Hendry, so Tapscott on the ground, and Hendry just shoves that boot into the head. So that was definitely deliberate in my opinion, as Mitch Hallahan just pulls his way through that contest. Handball out towards Tapscott on the left, goes long towards the goal square, but wasn't a great kick on that left foot. Goes out of bounds and out on the full. Maholke not happy with it, told him to lower his eyes. Maybe expect to see a little bit more of that during the week.
I would expect so. That's definitely deliberate and uncalled for.
Well, as Shawpass said, that Sorrento have got supposedly 3 cameras set up across the ground today, saying that round 15 there was a couple of dog shots behind the ball, so they wanted to make sure that they were keeping an eye on what happened today, and well, that might just get caught on one of those as the ball's brought back into play. Williams though stood there by himself, goes in towards the space of Dawes. Well done there, Jack Fisher. Just got the double fister in front of Dawes. Will fist it out of bounds and out of play.
So our cameras have picked it up, not necessarily theirs.
That's correct, Michael.
You would expect that, Michael Voss, because we are the best in the business.
We are the voice of Peninsula football, absolutely.
We're the voice, we're the broadcast, and we are the finest.
We created history yesterday.
PFM,
we created history.
Exactly right. Wasn't a great ground at Somerville, so what did people do? They tuned in to Mount Eliza taking on YCW at Chelsea. History making, no doubt, as the ball finds itself in the Silver Foxes' hands. Daniel Grant, handball finds Marsden, who goes inboard to Williams. Then a nice one to Chad Harris, who just sold some candy. Goes long towards the top of the goal square. Paholke, one-on-one, goes over the top of the two of them. Hendry just comes from behind with a big fist up towards half-back. In quickly was Perry Lewis-Smith. Perry Lewis-Smith happy to see it out of bounds and out of play. On the forward 50 for the Sharks. But a scoreboard reads 7-7 Sorrento, 49 plays Pines, 8-6-54, 7.5 played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Dawes to do the ruck work against Johns. Tapscott straight to him, runs towards 50, shot at goal, misses.
1 goal 4-0. They've kicked this quarter, boys, and they've got the win. They could just as easily be 2 or 3 in front at the moment.
They could. They've had all of the football at the moment. Have the Sharks under siege at the moment, no doubt.
Just spotted another camera, boys. So there's a camera each behind each goals from Sorrento. So capturing everything they are.
So Boyle there, kicked it to himself, run up towards the defensive pocket, puts it out of bounds and out on the full. So it'll be pumped in quickly by Chris Dawes, I would have thought. Obviously a big right foot. No, the umpire said you didn't have it, Chris Dawes, so it'll be a free kick to Dabrowski instead, who will just do the exact same. Goes long towards space. Tompkins will fly against Hendry. Hendry gets the fist in. Deep Pasquale at the fall. The ball picks it up. Well wrapped up there by Hendry. And I reckon that's where it might stay. It does. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up. About 35 out from Sorrento goal. The scoreboard reads 7-8-50 plays Pines, 8-6-54, 8.5 played on the Rye Hotel Bendigo Bank scoreboard, in fact. Ball brought back up, good tap out there by Johns, tried to come through Boyle, couldn't. Dawes just shrugged off one, another handball back towards Langford, who's at the 50, trying to get onto that right foot, couldn't. Left foot snapped to the top of the goal square. Corp flies all alone. No one near Nick Corp, takes a mark about 5 metres out in the goal square, will kick from directly in front. Way too easy there for the Sharks. Their midfield are starting to win that battle and getting well and truly on top, and Nick Corp will have a shot 5 metres out straight in front, looked left but kicks it just. They'll kick their 8-56 plays Pines, 8-6-54. They've hit the front, the Sharks. We've played 9.5 minutes in this third term of footy, and you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Mornington Peninsula Brewery love football as much as they love making world-class beer. And that's why they're the sponsors of local footy. This season, treat yourself to a round of beer and a pizza at the Brewery Bar. Mornington Peninsula Brewery, 72 Watt Road, Mornington.
So Sereno have hit the front, boys, and they've hit the front with 2 goals for in this quarter to nothing, and they are asking a few questions of Pines who haven't scored. Pines will have the scoring in the last quarter. Sorrento just probably should be another couple of goals in front, but as it is, the ball back to the middle and ready to get things underway once again, and all of a sudden guys like Hallahan and Williams, they're starting to get on top in the centre here, Sorrento, as the ball is back in the middle, and Lockie Marshall tripped over his own feet there, but they get the clearance. Pines, they go towards full forward. Bongetti at the back goes up, couldn't take the mark. This should be a goal for Pines, into the open goal and kicked through by Harley Parker, and Pines are back in front. 9-6-60 Sorrento, 8-8-56. 11 minutes played in the third quarter, and you're loving this short pass.
Oh, look, isn't it just fantastic? Contested end-to-end footy goals. It's just great, Michael Voss.
Bongo crushed the pack, and Harley Parker was there and absolutely did what a good rover did. He got into the spot, he kicked the goal, and on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it's Pines by 4 points.
That it is. They get that one back. Good play there by Pines, straight out of the centre as it's ball back in the middle. Johns wins that one. Looks over the top. He's got Sean White or Marshall. White does a shepherd, but ends up with the footy. Handball back finds Boyle. He goes out wide towards Scanlon. Dabrowski chops it off. He looks inboard. He's got Burns hot on his hammer, his Potts. Somehow he extracted the footy. He's got the Silver Fox running off half back. Dropped the footy. Gets gang tackled by Marshall, and Potts somehow got a handball out towards Grant. It spills down towards Potso. From 45 has a shot. Kicks it! And the Pythons have gone bang bang! 10-6-66 play Sereno, 8-8-56. We played 11 minutes in this third term, and you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Winter is blowing in, and Chemist Warehouse has got you covered with stores in Baxter, Frankston, Mornington and Safety Beach. Chemist Warehouse is your one-stop winter shop. Chemist Warehouse, a station sponsor.
Wow,
you set it off air, Michael Voss. Sereno started to threaten, and Pines have answered. They've gone bang bang. Sereno now trying to get it out through Williams. Scanlon steals it, goes with a quick one up towards half forward Parker. He takes the mark, runs in towards the middle of the ground, just sits it out to space. Barfoot v Grant. Marsden leaves his man. McDermott comes through solidly with the Pasquale and Grant. Grant dives on the footy. 3 of them dive on him, and the ball will be wrapped up. About 45 out from Python's goal. Impressive for the Pythons. They answered, they needed to answer, and they're back in front by 10 points. 8-8-56 plays Pines, 10-6-66, 12.5 played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Williams goes up against Bongo, wins it. Down towards McDermott, though, who steals it. Goes with a quick kick up towards the goal square, 2-on-1. Edwards brings it to ground. Well done, Tapscott. Comes through with the footy, and happy to see it out of bounds and out of play.
Edwards well done then. He had 2 opponents, was able to bring the ball to ground, forcing it to go out of bounds. Great by Edwards.
Great signs that Aaron Edwards has not been a factor. He's kicked 1 goal, but they're in front without their star forward having a major impact.
It's great footy.
So the ball wrapped up there by Bongetti and Williams. About 25 out from Python's goal. Now Pye will do it again, do his work. Bongo wins that one down towards Marshall, tries to go through, was Grant, spills to ground. Hallahan gets possession of the footy, so does Di Pasquale. Scanlon now, players dive on it. That'll be wrapped up. So 10 points of difference here. Pythons were being challenged in that first 10 minutes, and in the last 3, well, they added 2 goals and got back in front. Bongetti wins that one towards Park, who just fists it up towards the goal square. Marsden and Brigden stood there, though. Brigden takes possession of it, handball to Marsden. Marsden dropped it. He was under a bit of pressure there from McDermott, and it'll go out of bounds and out of play.
Plenty of panic then, Locke, forcing the ball to go out of bounds. Pines crowd just letting him know
that they are. Ball brought back into play. Bongo v Williams straight down at White, tries to go through with a tap. Scott now shrugged off one. Handball finds Hallahan, goes with a quick kick out towards Brigden v Edwards. Wasn't a great kick, and Edwards takes it. Just stolen, Edwards. About 45 out from goal. Said, get out of my way, Brigden. This is my footy. Took the Dukes and said, thank you very much.
He was going to spoil it.
And he'll line up for his second.
The breeze just took it just a little bit, and he just wanted it for so much more.
Edwards turned his back just at the right time, Vossi. Locke, you're right. He absolutely stole it from Brigden then. He had no right to mark that.
This would be huge.
He'll kick from 45, sets the ball sail. He's trying to work it back. Kicks it. They hit the front by 16. 11-6, 72. Plays 8-8-56. 14 and a half played. Well, that one was against it by Pines. He just robbed it.
Yeah, he most certainly did, Locke. And that is their third for this quarter. So they're on top right now in the third term.
They are. They're all over at the Pythons. They answered back, and they've answered back strongly. Sereno all of a sudden, well, they're 2 foots back. They're in under some serious pressure.
They need to score the next goal here, there's no doubt.
Pines raised the bar, and now Sereno have got to go with them.
Yep, they do, as Johns wins that tap out to Wilcox. He's got to run a wide in Marshall. He just taps it on towards Johns. Dabrowski stips him of it, though. Cuffs one high, umpire said play on. He was blindsided. Spills to Lewis Smith. Quick kick finds Edwards on the chest. Somehow it found his chest. Somehow Edwards was just in front. And it bounced off his chest straight into the Dukes, and he took it in front of Brigden.
That big broad chest there, what better man to have it in the hands of right now?
That's why you always play in front, Michael Voss. You should always be in front of your player.
This should be a coach short pass.
Oh, mate, it's junior football. You don't have to be stupid.
Aaron Edwards, 30 metres out, directly in front.
Directly in front? What about a 35-degree angle? I would have thought, Michael Voss.
Plenty of goal face. I call it directly in front.
Oh, it's a mung!
That is an absolute...
It's a goal! Somehow
it's touched.
It's touched.
That wasn't touched, but anyway.
He mugged it.
11-7-73 to 8-8-56 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
That was a helicopter, Michael.
That was a shocker as well.
That was a genuine helicopter.
Just bring us back to Michael. Did he say directly in front, although it was a 40-degree angle?
He was nearly kicking from the boundary line.
Plenty of open goal face. That's directly in front for me at this ground, boys.
For someone that lives under the ground, it's directly in front for you anywhere.
Couple of very excited ex-Pines greats in front of us. We'll call them greats. Rick Vaughan and Jamie Messina very happy with the way things are going at this
They're more
stage.
shocked at the fact you just said that he was directly in front.
Yeah, they whipped around
Well, he pretty much was.
So Tap Scott, handball to Gladman now, goes with a kick up towards half forward. Hendry cops one in the back, and it's going to be a free kick. No. Said it's against Hendry, so it'll go to Paholke.
Coming back.
They try to take advantage through Tompkins, but the umpire said no advantage, so it'll be a free kick to Paholke.
His third possession for the day through a free kick.
So Paholke on wing position goes in short. He's got Di Pasquale all by himself. It was a good kick, good vision.
Yeah, it was.
And good work there by Di Pasquale. So Di Pasquale really needs to kick this one for his side because Sereno are certainly on the back foot. 8-8-56 plays Pines, 11-7-73, 17 gone on a Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
This could be another 2-goal turnaround here. Like Pines should be 4 up, they're 3 up, and they could be 2 up after this kick.
Yep, if it didn't come off Edwards' shin, maybe a chance. As Di Pasquale runs in now, kick from 50. It's a good distance of the boot. Has it got the accuracy?
Let's go.
They're not sure. The umpire says he's got it. So it's a goal. They'll go to 9-8-62. Plays Pines 11-7-73. And you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Did you know that the Bendigo Community Bank branches support our local sporting clubs? Our sponsor, the Bendigo Community Bank branches in Rye, Dramana and now in Rosebud, are supporting the local community and putting the people back into banking.
So the ball back in the middle of the ground. Sereno, well, to say the least, they needed that one. They get back within 11 points. 9-8-62 plays 11-7-73. 18 gone on the right Bendigo Bank scoreboard as Sorrento try to clear again through Di Pasquale. He drops the footy. Umpire said play on Tucker now. Quick kick forward. Dawes coming from full forward. Gets spoiled away from him. Burns on it. He strips it. Gives a handball towards Dawes. Shrugs off one. Gets a handball away. Potts now. Handball to Lewis Smith running through the middle of the ground. Just whacks it on the boot up towards half forward. Wasn't great. Silver Fox Daniel Grant takes possession of the footy. Handball up the lane. Langford. Well done, Perry Lewis-Smith gets it down towards Jacobson. Quick kick towards Edwards was good. And Edwards takes it on the chest. He's got some runners floating back towards the goal quick. They ask to move, but Edwards says, you know what? I'll back myself.
He kicked a goal from here about 5 minutes ago, boys. And he's missed 2 in front, but he's kicked one from this tough angle, and I reckon he's going to go back and kick this one, boys.
He needs to. He'll lengthen the gap to 17 points if he can kick it. As Vossi said, this is where he kicked it from. He'll kick from 50, sets the ball sail. He starts running towards goal with a big finger point, kicks it. 12-7-79, plays 6-8, 9-8, 62. That's on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Hi, I'm Jack, and my dad is Pete from the Mornington and Rosebud Telstra stores. I just want to let you know, NBN is coming to the Mornington Peninsula, and all of our team are here to help.
Call us now on 1300 My Telstra. That's 1300 698 357.
So the ball back in the middle of the ground, Pines. They've got another one. 17 points a difference. 9-8-62. Plays 12-7-79. 19.5 played on a Roy Hotel scoreboard. Johns wins that one. Only as far as Gladman. Puts it on the boot. Quick Doors leads the foot race with Fisher. Takes possession of the footy. Shrugs him off. Goes around one. Handball to Burns. From 15 out.
Burns
straight in front. Kicks it. They've kicked one against it, Sereno again. They've got a 10-8-68 to Pines, 12-7-79, 19.5 played on the on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, in fact. They just keep hanging around, Sorrento.
They're not going to go anywhere. They we said it from the get-go, boys. If they were within they were always going to stay in touch. What a fantastic vision from Chris Dawes, almost roving that ball to find the clearance to be able to get the handball out. Brilliant goal.
That calf looks to be absolutely no troubles at all for Chris Dawes. He looks a new man. I haven't seen him play like this all year. So that's brilliant for Sorrento's sake.
Lifted his game, that's for sure.
He has a lot of spring in his step, no doubt. Those 6 weeks, they were massive off for him, no doubt. As Court wins that tap out, Perry Lewis-Smith steals it. Nice handball, finds McDermott. Looks up towards White, it's an half forward, comes off his chest. Grant in a foot race with him now. Harris comes in for assist. He gives a handball backwards, finds Langford. Who then goes up towards the wing position, finds Tucker. Jacobson dives on him. Tries to get it out towards White, but it'll stay in there, locks up.
It is a hot football.
It is 11 points of difference. 10-8-68 to 12-7-79. 21 played in this third term of footy, Michael Voss.
So we've had 4 goals each of 2 in this quarter, and Corp gets the clearance for Sorrento. Boswell dropped an easy mark. Ball on the ground at half forward here for the Sorrento side, who trail on the scoreboard by 11 points. The ball comes over the top, looking to try and get another one to get a little bit closer. Kick towards the top of the goal square is going to be rushed through by Guy Hendry and through for a behind. So the score moves up to 10-9-69 Sorrento. Pines 12-7-79. Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 21 minutes played in the third quarter. Both sides just absolutely rolling the dice, and they are just playing attacking football. It's a great game of football to watch. Hope you're enjoying it, whether you're listening or watching it. Is an opportunity for Sereno to go back inside through Langford. A kick towards the pocket has been marked, but it's out of bounds on the full. And Pines will take the resulting free kick from the left back pocket.
Vossi, Daniel John to come off for a well-deserved break, and Barfoot to be replacing him.
So long kick out of defence, out towards the centre wing, going up. No mark taken, ball at the back. Pines have got the opportunity, they've got the loose man created. Scanlon's got it. A high kick towards centre half forward. Barfoot can take the mark, ball on the ground. A quick snap towards goal is going to be touched. It's not going to be a goal. They're just always under pressure, Marston. He was under big pressure. He tripped himself over there, Marston. He put himself right under the cosh. A free kick. Lux of Fortune and Sorrento are off the hook. Just, boys. Sorrento just off the hook there. Marsden, he was all on his own, and then he fell over and he got himself into an absolute pickle, and Pines gave away the free kick, which enabled Sorrento to go down the line, which they do. Towards half back, going up the back. Tompkins couldn't take the mark. Tucker tries to charge through. The umpire letting play go, and not anymore. Ball at centre wing here for the Pines, and the umpire says, I'm going to ball it up. We're 23 minutes into the third quarter. Pines have kicked 4 goals, 2 in this quarter. Sorrento have kicked 4 goals, 5. Sorrento have the win in this quarter. I reckon they need to be in front at 3-quarter time, boys. 23 minutes played. Bendigo Bank scoreboard margin 10 points.
Take a breath, Michael Voss.
I'm excited, Doc.
Oh, he's excited.
Williams with the big fist out towards Gladman. Tries to give a handball away to Tapscott. Dropped it. Umpire said play on. Tapscott now. Handball backwards finds Dabrowski. Runs through traffic. Just goes with a long one up towards centre half forward. Hendry coming in from the side with a big right punch. Goes out towards Boswell in a foot race with Gardner. He wins it, but he can't pick it up. He just gets shoved off the footy. Gardner picks it up now. Cops one high there from Ben Thomas. So it'll be a free kick, Gardner. Too far out to score though, so he's going to go long towards Di Pasquale, who somehow found himself all alone in that forward pocket. Don't know how, but Di Pasquale will take the mark about 35 on a 40-degree angle.
You're both
straight in front if you're Michael Voss.
Are you both with me on the fact that Sereno probably need to be in front at three-quarter time, boys?
No, not at all.
Well, it's the wind's going that end.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean nothing. Sereno, extreme calibre of a side, no doubt. So Di Pasquale kicks from about 45 out. Kick looks pretty good. Goes right through for a minor score.
Guy Hendry just did the old, he turned his back on him, and then as he came in to kick it, he turned back.
He does that. I like that a lot.
That's happened in the last few weeks, that.
So 10-10-70 plays 12-7-79. 9 points of difference. 24 and a half played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Long kick out of defence. Goes up towards a wing. Big fist from Will Tucker up possession of the footy. Wrapped up quickly there by Perry Lewis-Smith, who's a ferocious tackler.
He is. He just wraps him up, doesn't he, Locke? Incredible.
He does. The umpire said, I'll take it. So in between wing and half forward for the Pythons. Sorry, for the Sharks, I should say.
Ball not going anywhere. Moved about 30 centimetres.
Thrown up again. Williams does the ruck work with Bongetti. Wins that one towards Tapscott. Perry Lewis-Smith had a hold of him, and Tapscott not happy with the way he was dealt with. So he's getting into him. He wanted a free kick, the umpire not having a bar of it, so again moves about 30 centimetres off where it was. Johns and Williams did a ruck work. Williams wins that with a big one up towards half forward. Tapscott tries to come through with Perry Lewis-Smith. Kick off the ground, finds Thomas. Thomas tried to give a handball away, was chopped off by Di Pasquale. He's wrapped up quick. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up, about 35 out, straight in front of the Sharks' goal. They'll be looking to get one here, no doubt. The Sharks get within 3 points. Ball brought back up to play. Johns goes with a fresh Fresieri, stolen by Dawes. Right foot snaps bending, goes through for a minor score. 10-11-71, plays 12-7-79. 25 and a half played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They stitch me up this scoreboard every time the score's kicked. They quickly throw to an ad, so I don't have enough time to read.
I know, it's all about us. Keep it off the ads, please, people.
At least 3 or 4 minutes to go in this quarter. There's still plenty of time for both sides to add to
no longer than 30 minutes, isn't that right, Michael Voss?
I said at least 3 or 4 minutes. I didn't say 30 minutes, short pass.
So the ball brought back in there by Hughes, goes up towards centre half forward. Hallahan, that's James, stripped of it. He's a good tackle there by Sean White. Spills to his brother Mitch, who goes with a sweeping handball there towards Langford, but he did well there, Potts. That was Hughes, in fact, goes with a kick up towards half forward, only as far as Potter, who goes back towards a Silver Fox, runs inside a couple, runs up towards the wing position. He goes long and strong towards a 50-foot race. Burns v Thomas. Thomas is winning it. He's just going to fist it through for a minor score. Does. Right in the nick of time. Thomas ran back off his opponent.
4 goals, 8 they've kicked this quarter.
Well, there's probably been about 4 rush, so it's a bit stiff as they bring it in quickly through Boswell. Boswell running off half-back. That was a poor kick. Looked a bit like short pass with a 3-iron off the tee. Just come off the side of the club, nearly put it into deep rough, out of bounds.
Nearly put it into the tee box, thanks.
Lucky to get past the ladies' tee on that occasion. So ball brought back in play on the wing position. Williams now wins a tap out down towards Harris, who goes with a short one to his teammate in Gladman. Tries to do some shimmying in out of Potts, couldn't. Gets well corralled. Goes up towards 50. Hendry stands there alone,
nice.
though. Well done there by Hendry. Takes a good solid mark, goes short across the face towards his brother. That's Bo. So Bo Hendry now in possession of the footy. Sereno now just structuring themselves well across that half-back. He's going to have to go long up towards Daniel Johns, who's gone on a big move. He'll fly against a couple. Hallahan gets a fist in, goes out the back towards the boundary line. That's where it'll go. Out in front of that one vehicle, it still manages to get itself in this premises.
If Michael Voss isn't lucky, it's going to end up on its roof soon.
For the ball to be thrown back in. Williams to do the ruck work with Johns. Williams wins that one. That's where they're winning their battle, but Potts did well to read it. Goes with a quick kick up towards an half forward. Barfoot v Potter. And Barfoot just had a hold of Potter's jumper there, so it'll be a free kick to go to Potter. No advantage paid.
No, I was definitely there. I thought at first glance they had each other, but nah, probably free kick was there. Umpire's in a good position.
So Potter at centre-half back for the Sharks. 28 minutes played at 7 points of difference in favour of Pines. Goes with a short kick for Mitch Allahan. Wasn't great. Johns took the mark. The umpire said it was a mark, so the ball will come back. They wanted advantage there, the Pythons. But there's the three-quarter time siren, so it's beaten to it. It'll be 7 points of difference going into three-quarter time. Sorrento 10-12-72 plays the Pythons 12-7-79. 28 and a half was played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We'll go to a short break. I think we're all probably with Pines going into this last term. Ball in the middle of the ground. The crowd's finally dispersed. Williams v Hendry. Hendry gets the leverage only as far as Hallahan. That's James. Quick handball towards Mitch. But the umpire said that James threw it, so it's going to be a free kick to Chewy Scanlon, who's been very quiet today, Chewy, for his standards.
Had a big second quarter.
But didn't see it last quarter.
No, definitely right, Lock. Was not there in the third.
So he's going to go long and strong. Bongetti coming out from full forward. He gets shepherded off the contest. Grant tries to float back, take the mark, couldn't. Quick kick off the ground towards goal. No. Well done there, Marcus Gardner. No, James Brigden, in fact, just to get the fist through.
He's been good today, Brigden, hasn't he?
He has, Bringers. He's had a good game.
Yep.
Edwards has still kicked 3, but there's not much you can do about it when he's just getting clear delivery.
Absolutely.
So the Silver Fox, Daniel Grant, to bring the ball back in for the Sharks. He's got caught up on a big move coming up from the wing. Good spoil from John. Spills to Wilcox. Shot from the boundary line, trying to work back, couldn't. Big fist from behind, comes to Marsden. Ludwig stole it. Right foot snap and goal! Kicks it! Good sausage! Aaron Ludwig kicks there 13-13, 86. Wowee, that was a great sausage. Aaron Ludwig somehow extracted the footy from that contest. Right foot snap sausage, if you don't mind.
First it looked like it was through for a point, then it got spilled out, then it looked like it was going out of bounds. Ludwig just out of the contest. Boo-na-na, straight through the guts. Hello, they're first for the fourth.
That's what they would have wanted, Michael Voss, and that's what Michael Voss said. Oh, that's the scoring end. Pines will win.
I know we'll be square into this ground, Lock.
10-12-72, a minute and a half played. Big tap from Williams, goes up towards centre half forward. Good body work, Boswell. Good kick off the ground too, though, by Hallahan. Goes up towards centre half forward, Gardner. He's gang tackled by a couple, and the umpire will come in and throw the ball up at centre half forward for the Sharks.
Could tell you a lot of stories about this ground too.
Don't need to know,
I was just thinking, Michael Voss, there's lots of you around that ground, I reckon.
Good tap out by Williams, finds Hallahan. That's James. Quick kick up towards Dawes. Good fist comes from Fisher.
Oh,
that's soft, I say.
Yeah, that's very soft, Lock, I think.
Allowed to get a fist in and fist it, Vossi, I would have thought.
You've got to create the contest, and he did so, and he's been penalised for it. Not much you could do.
So, high free kick will go to Chris Dawes. Soft, if you ask me.
Yeah, it was definitely soft, Lock.
So, Dawes will have the opportunity to get one straight back for the Sharks. He'll kick from about 40 out. On a 25-degree angle, if you ask Michael Voss, it's straight in front, but he's dreaming. He had too many Jim Beams down at Beaches last night. So Dawes, the opportunity for the Sharks. He's got the Sereno crowd behind him, riding it. The Pines are into him. He kicks, he's trying to work it back left, but when you do that with your body, you know it's going through for a minor. So they'll go to 10-14-74. Again with those ads on that Bendigo Bank scoreboard stitching me up. 10-13-73 plays Pines, 13-8, 86. 3 minutes played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Scanlon to bring the ball back in, goes long up towards Hendry. Dawes somehow nearly took the mark, spills to ground. Hallahan just goes with a quick little grabber up towards half forward. Parker, he dives on the footy, wrapped up quickly there by Langford. So Hendry and Dawes just giving each other a bit of what for. So the umpire just waiting things to go on. Hendry, they love it, don't they, the Hendry boys?
They do, don't they?
Good tap out there by Hendry. Quick kick off the ground comes from Scanlon. It was just like a normal kick. Kyle Jacobson now to possession of the footy, goes for a sweeping handball up towards McDermott, goes without it, spilled to Jack Grant. He's just going to go long and strong to the top of the goal square. Bulky and caught fly, but Guy Hendry, way too strong on that occasion. Just floats back courageously, stuck the two Dukes up in the air. Good solid mark. He landed heavy on his back, but he's up now.
We're angels for you to tread there, boys. We're angels for you to tread. He went back. He didn't know what was coming. Great mark.
Angels for you to tread.
Wowee. As Hendry goes with a short one out towards Boswell. He gets his kick smothered. Tapscott takes the footy. Good tackle by Boswell, but well done, Tapscott. Just somehow got a left foot to the footy. and goes in short, finds Corp. I'd love to see a
Sounds like a love
ex-golf
song, isn't it?
replay of that Guy Hendry mark, if I could, please, Peter Susovic.
Oh, I landed heavily on his back and then he's sucking for air, Lockie, that's for sure.
The Angels flew away there, short pass.
Oh, it's, mate, when doves cry, jeez, it's a love ballad back in the bloody 90s.
Vital kick, boys, vital
It is.
kick.
Chris Dawes will kick from about 50. It'll take a very good leg from there. 4.5 played. They're 13 points down. It'll take a good one. He sets the ball sail now. It starts left. It starts to work back, and he's kicked it, and he's pretty happy with it. That's a lifter for the Sharks. I'll go to 11-13-79, plays 13-86. 13-8-86. We played 5 minutes in this last term of footy, and you've been listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Winter is blowing in, and Chemist Warehouse has got you covered with stores in Baxter, Frankston, Mornington, and Safety Beach. Chemist Warehouse is your one-stop winter shop. Chemist Warehouse, a station sponsor.
Short pass, you've got the ex-golf replay of that big mark from Guy Hendry.
Absolutely, just a pivotal mark there, but didn't work out.
He landed
real heavily. He's sucking for air, as you can see, Lock.
Hendry wins that tap out down towards Potts. Quick kick up towards half forward. Barfoot happy just to fist it on for a bit more distance. Ludwig goes without it. Jack Grant in a foot race with Lewis. He wins it, but good body work there by Lewis. He dicks possession of footy. Gets gang tackled. Caught one around the chops.
Yeah, he did.
The umpire was just blindsided by that one, so it'll be a ball up about 45 out from the Pythons' goal, tied up against that boundary line next to Michael Voss's stomping grounds down at Main Street, Mornington. And Mitch Hallahan now tries to extract the footy, goes up with a big kick towards a wing position. Tompkins got to take on 3 somehow, brought the ball to ground, could have been a mark. Umpire said play on. Burns now just does some shimmying inside a couple. Handball back towards to Burns, who goes the big up and under. Wow. That'll be waterlogged, that ball that went up that high. Hendry now stood under it, good mark. The umpire said wasn't 15, play on. Handball to Marshall now, goes look up towards Bongetti. Big fly from McDermott. He come from about 5 back, McDermott, and extracted the footy, stuck the Dukes up, good mark. And McDermott will have the opportunity to kick his second for the day from about 45 out on a slight angle.
How'd it go, Michael Voss, when doves cry or something? Isn't that when angels don't speak? Or
When angels fear to tread was but no, he flew like a bird there. Did Tom McDermott, and this to put Pines, I should say, 13 points in front. Aim it at the right goal post, bring it back. That should be the way at the order of the day. He's kicked 1 goal for the afternoon as Tom McDermott. Not as effective as what he was in the round 15 clash, but a huge goal if he can kick this one in the whole context of the whole season. Has the shot, he misses. He just kicked it a little bit too straight.
Didn't listen to you, Michael Voss. Started the right point post, or goal post, sorry, and he didn't.
13-9-87 Pines, 11-13-79 Sorrento. We played 7.5 minutes on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Absolute fantastic game of football. This short pass to Tapscott, who's got it in the full-back area. So Luke Tapscott looking to play on. He'll go down the line. He'll go down towards Corp, who goes up. Strong mark. Was it by Corp? No, says the umpire.
Yeah, that was a mark.
I would have thought that was probably fair enough to give him a mark there. The umpire said, I'm going to ball it up.
Definitely a mark.
Bays Hospital side or Main Street side of the ground here at Alexandra Park. Pines leading by 8 points. It's a great game of football. Kick off the ground towards half forward. Burns over the top, trying to get the ball, but the ball comes back now, comes out Pines' way. Quick kick towards half forward. Ludwig couldn't take the mark. Good tackle applied. The umpire says that's holding the man. Interesting decision, short pass.
No, I saw it, Michael. He'd got the handball out, and then unfortunately he just got taken down without the ball. So it was there.
Saw that a little bit differently myself, but nevertheless, it's a little bit closer. The umpire was to what we are. So benefit of the doubt there. Still 8 points is the margin here at Alexandra Park.
Tappy's gotten up, looks to be very sore, holding the left ankle there on the ex-golf replay screen.
Both sides will be grateful of the week off, I'm sure, after this has been a tough physical game of football as the ball goes towards the half-forward line and the umpire says, I'm going to ball it up. 9 minutes played in the last quarter. Pines 13-9-87, Sereno 11-13-79, Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
What are you pointing at, short pass?
Oh, just Tappy, still limping really heavily.
So keep an eye on that one as a kick comes out towards him now, takes the mark, uncontested on the wing position. Wanted 50. The umpire said, mate, you're dreaming. So go back on your mark now. and take the kick. So he's looking long up towards centre half forward. That's where he's going to go. Corp and Dawes stand there. Big fist comes from Hendry. Spills to ground. First on it was Hendry as well. He gives a handball up towards Lewis, who's just going to send it up towards centre half forward. Edwards will fly against Brigden. Big collision there against Marsden. Straight up though. It spills out towards Jacobson, who gets met by his teammate, his opponent there in Potter. And they wrap each other up. Happy to see the ball stay in that contest at centre half forward for the Pythons. So Bongetti just with a big fist up towards 50. Out coming to meet it is McDermott. Big fist comes from behind there. John's caught one in the chops. Keep an eye on that one. Spills out towards Gladman at half forward now. Looks up towards the wing position. Tompkins gets it well fisted away by him there by Hendry. Hendry now just pumps it long in towards 50. Edwards will fly. Big fist comes from Potter, who's at the fall. Tried to get it out there, was Barfoot. Couldn't. Spills down towards Edwards. Handball back to Marshall. Quick snap around the corner. Trying to work its way back. Didn't. Goes through for a minor score. So they'll go to 13-9-87. Plays Sorrento. 13-10-88 in fact. Plays Sorrento.
Definitely
11-13-79. 10 minutes played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Definitely cliche, but finals football, desperation on both sides. They both want a week off, Lock.
That they do. 9 points the difference. Quick kick comes out for Sorrento towards Tompkins. He was smart there. He couldn't take the mark. Just tapped it down to Potter, who was too slow to get rid of it. Scanlon tackled him. He dropped it, but the umpire said play on. They wrapped each other up. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up about 60 out from the Pythons home.
Both sides have got the marquee full forward, Edwards and obviously Dawes out there. Who's going to be the one that takes their side over the line, boys?
Well, I think it might be Edwards, but tell you what, some big news coming out of Sorrento Michael Voss is that Jared Waite will play for them next year. That's the rumour. The ball finds itself in deep Pasquale. Is Hallahan's hands. Schneis kick finds Paholke on a lead. So Paholke, good strong hands there. Was tapped out of his hands by Thomas. Could have been 50. Umpire said no, keep dreaming. And of course, in Lee Paholke form, he wanted it.
He did want it.
So Paholke has the opportunity to add his second for this afternoon. He'll kick from about 35. This one straight in front.
Like him from here.
He's normally a beautiful kick. His Lee Paholke sets the ball sail. It started left, and that's where it's going to stay. Goes through for a minor score. So they'll go to 11-14-80. Plays Pines 13-10-88. 8 points a difference. 11.5 played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Looking at that boundary umpire, Lockie, he was lucky to keep the ball in then, nearly kicking it out of bounds in the full.
So Boswell will be the man to bring the ball back in. He's just going to go long and strong up towards the wing position. Hendry will fly against Grant. Good fist by Hendry. Spills to ground first on a Tompkins. He's well wrapped up there by Guy Hendry. And the umpire will come in and throw the ball up in the middle of the ground, Michael Voss.
Ball up in the middle. Quick kick forward there by Corp towards half forward, but it's been marked in front. Is that 50? He did drag his opponent to the ground there, but not to be. The umpire says Jacob Ball can go back and centre half back and take the free kick. It's Pines by 8 points. 12 minutes into the last quarter. Winner through to the grand final. Loser plays in 7 days' time against Mount Eliza at Frankston Park. What a game that'll be. Whoever loses this one, here's a chance for Sereno to build from half back. Short pass towards Gladman. There's a free kick. There's an advantage paid, and Sereno will take the advantage, although there's no real advantage here because the ball has gone towards the line. It's ended up being picked up by Perry Lewis-Smith. He's been fantastic today as the man with the
Michael Voss.
The man with the detective nickname. Should have his own detective series, Perry Lewis-Smith. Here's a chance for Sorrento through the agency of Burns. He goes up the line towards half forward. Strong effort there by Paholke. Couldn't quite take it though. And Guy Hendry sees it over.
Jeez, they love exchanging words, don't they? Look at him. Paholke straight into Hendry. They love it. The pair of them, they get into each other, no doubt. It's brilliant to watch.
No beg pardons from the two of them. 8 points is the margin.
The ball 50 out from Sereno's goal. Dawes wins that tap out down towards Mitch Allahan. Try to come through. Couldn't. Boyle steals it. Just a quick kick up towards the wing position. Grant v. Jacobson. Good fist behind there by Grant. We'll be happy to see it out of bounds and out of play.
Silver Fox unlucky not to juke that one.
So true wing position here at Alexandra Park. The scoreboard reads Sorrento 11-14-80. Plays Pines 13-10-88. 13.5 played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard as Tapscott wins that one down to Hallahan, who goes quickly up to Dawes, who flies against a couple. Good fist there by Fisher. And a ball will go out of bounds and out of play. So about 45 out from the Pythons goal, the Sharks goal, as Paholke's just tearing shreds with off the Pythons supporters. And they're happy to give it back as Hallahan tries to bully his way through. Tapscott tried to assist and Potts dives on Hallahan. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up about 50 out from goal as Ben Thomas just turns around and tells the Pythons crowd just to relax, simmer down. So Di Pasquale now goes with a quick one out of that pack. Bo Hendry, he stood there by himself, looked quickly up towards an R4, just whacks it on the boot. Foot race, White v Brigden. White wins it, tries to shrug off Brigden, couldn't, dropped it. Umpire said play on. Gardner in for assist, and all happy to see the ball out of bounds and out of play, about 50 out from the Pythons goal. 14.5 played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. The scoreboard reads Sorrento 11-14-80, plays Pines 13-10-88.
Boys, I've just been watching for the last few minutes, sorry to interrupt, but Leaper, Holke and Potts, they're really having some really strong words on field. Leaper Holke just needs to calm down. There is no doubt that the Pines supporters are getting right under his skin because he's going off at everyone.
So Hallahan wins that one out of the middle. Quick kick up towards a wing position. Dawes v Fisher. Unlucky bounce for the pair of them. So Di Pasquale comes in and swamps it. Well done, Daniel Johns there. Just comes from behind with a big fist. Happy to see the ball out of bounds and out of play. So true wing position. So Langford just telling Polkey just to relax, calm down. Don't get caught up in it, and Polkey's arguing back with him, so they're arguing with each other now. That's how revved up Polkey is. Disappointing, if you ask me.
Yeah.
That could really throw your team out of position. As out comes Brandon Lewis. He was wrapped up well there by Will Tucker, holding the ball every day of the week. Try to take him on, and Tucker pinged him. Handball quickly to Hallahan. He's going to go long up towards Polkey. He's going to take on two. Good fist comes from Hendry. Spills down towards Boswell in the pocket, who's happy to see the ball out of bounds and out of play. Did a bit of dancing with his feet, trying not to kick it out of bounds on the full.
I said Potts, didn't I, Locke? Sorry, that was Tompkins that he was having is it Tompkins that he was just having words to?
He was talking to his teammate.
Yeah, his teammate.
Langford.
So it was Langford the whole time that they were going at each other.
So Langford's just telling him to calm down.
Yeah, just calm down, and because Polkey was...
Potts plays to the opposite side.
Yeah, I know. I just picked that up. So sorry about that, listeners. It was actually his own teammate that he was going bananas at.
So Dawes does a ruck work with Johns, just taps it forward. Burns in a foot race with Scanlon. Scanlon wins it, but good tackle there by Zach Burns. Just wrapped him up, didn't let him go out of it. They rolled over a couple of times. That would have been pretty sore for Burns, I would have thought. Scanlon rolling around on top of it. He's getting up pretty winded as Burns.
Ball of muscle just getting on top.
Dawes wins it again, only as far as Boyle, just runs out with a left foot up towards a wing position. Good fist by Daniel Grant against Ludowick. Ludowick somehow tries to win it, tries to give a handball up towards Bonghetti. Stripped of it there. And good work there by Will Tucker just to do the hard in and under work. Chad Harris, in fact, gets wrapped up by Bonghetti. Umpire will come in and throw the ball up, so directly in front of the commentary position. Corp and Johns do the ruck work. Corp just spills into his hands. Quick kick forward up towards Burns. Good fist by Boyle, who's at the fall. First on it was Boswell. He tried to come through with it, couldn't. Spills out towards Di Pasquale and Fisher. Fisher copped one around the chops. The umpire saw it. So Gardner there just trying to come through with the footy and couldn't. And the free kick will go to Fisher. Cop one around the chops.
Fisher slow to get up, Lock.
Yeah, a bit concussed, I reckon you might find. Keep an eye on Zach Burns as well.
Whipped back.
Zach Burns is still really sore in that sternum rib region since that tackle against Scanlon as they go and retreat backwards towards Potts deep in defence.
Been very good, Potsy, today.
He has. He's just singling for a long one, so he's going to go long and strong up towards half-back. Corp and Johns will fly. Corp with a big right fist. We're happy to see it out of bounds and out of play right in front of the Pythons bench.
Burns still definitely struggling. Lockie hasn't really looked like he's been upright yet, so he's just a little haunched over.
So Court wins that one down towards Mitch Allahern, who's been worn close all day by Brandon Lewis. Quick kick comes out of the pack for Sorrento by Pythons. They go up towards a wing position. Happy to see it out of bounds and out of play there was Barfoot. So he's gaining a couple of metres here. We've played 18 minutes on the Rye Hotel scoreboard. Still 8 points of difference in Pines' favour. 13-10-88 plays 11-14-80. Ball back into play. Johns wins a tap it up towards Scanlon, but stripped of it there by Hallahan. Goes with a long one up towards Bolke. Good spoil, but Gladman was at the fall of ball. Quick handball to Burns. Shot a goal, misses.
Need to kick that.
They needed to kick that. They needed to kick that big time. Stays at 7 points the difference. They're starting to press here, Sorrento. They can't get it past something at the moment. The Pythons. 11-15-81 plays Pines 13-10-88. We played 18.5 so far in the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. That was a good kick. Finds Hendry. Goes quickly with a handball towards McDermott, who's just going to go long up towards Edwards. He just sucked the one, Duke up, tapped it down to both of them. Took a strong mark in front of Brigden. I tell you what, Brigden, who was just all over him on that occasion, couldn't do a thing about that because Edwards way too smart.
We've seen a few goals kicked in this sort of angle, boys, throughout the day. Dawes, Hallahan, we've seen a few goals like this. I reckon Aaron Edwards will go back and fancy his chances on this one.
This is a comfortable one for the great man Aaron Edwards, no doubt.
You would have thought so, boys, absolutely.
He'll kick from about 30 out, slide angle, about 25-degree angle. Normally bread and butter for Aaron as he sets the ball sail, trying to work it back. Kicks it. So that's one the Pythons needed for a bit of breathing space. 14-10-94, plays 11-15-81, 19 and a quarter minutes played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and you're listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Empire Fitness is a new world-class facility located in Rosebud, providing state-of-the-art bodybuilding and fitness training with no joining fees and heavy discounts for the first 200 new members. Discover more at empirefitness247.com.au, a station sponsor.
So the ball back in the middle of the ground. The Pythons, they've got some breathing space. 13 points the difference. They try to win it out of the middle. They do through Marshall. Runs up towards 50. Kicks it out towards in front of Edwards. Played for the free kick. Spills over the back. Marsden, he's first on it. He's been good all day as Nick Marsden goes in short. Finds Grant, who goes with another sweeping one back towards Marsden, who just keeps running.
Good body.
And was met solidly there by Harley Parker.
Love it.
We've just hit time on, boys. 13 points the margin.
11-15-81, plays Pines 14-10-94. As you heard, 21 and a quarter minutes played on the Rye Hotels on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Ball back into play. Williams wins that one only as far as McDermott at 50. Goes for a snap, come off the wrong side of the boot. Tapscott fizzes out towards the boundary line. First on at Hallahan. Handball back to Tapscott. Handball then to Gladman. Runs up towards the wing position. Goes with a short one, finds Dawes. He shrugs off one. Good handball, finds Gladman. He turns the afterburners on, goes up towards the leading Corp. He just bodied Henry underneath it. Polkey tried to come through with it, couldn't, finds Corp's hands and just shrugs off the tackle. But he was out of bounds before that happened, so it'll be out of bounds and out of play.
Whatever Sereno's chances are for the rest of this game, short pass, they need to hold this in here. Even if it's 2 or 3 minutes, just hold it in here and make sure they get some sort of score out of it.
No doubt.
40 out from the Sharks' goal. Dawes and Hendry to do the ruck work. Hendry wins that one down towards Boyle. Handball to Potts. Goes back to Boyle now. Dawes was on his hammer. Good tackle. Managed to get a kick away. Was good. Finds Parker. Umpire said play on. He had to get rid of it quickly. Goes out of bounds and out of play.
Boys, only 3 goals kicked in this fourth quarter, so can't see going too long.
25 minutes. Max says short pass.
I'll say 27.
I'm not going to call shots on the time.
Not sure I actually said anything.
Well, you put the Moz on a time clock, I say. As Hendry goes with a big fist up towards the wing position. McDermott comes out to meet it. Happy to see the ball out of bounds and out of play. So just getting a bit of distance on the ball now, the Pythons. Just edging towards their 50. True centre wing position here at Alexandra Park. The weather's been good to us. We had a bit of rain at quarter time and that's it. It's been pretty clean. Williams to do the ruck work with Hendry. They both go to ground. Potts tries to come through with it, doesn't. Hallahan, handball to Burns was good. Runs towards 50. Kick up towards the top of the square. Corp will fly with one hand. Couldn't bring it down. Ball spills to ground. Gladman tries to come through with it. Hendry dived on him. But Gladman, he went into the back of Hendry there and it'll be a free kick to Hendry. So Thomas has just come away from that back a bit sore, grabbing at that collarbone shoulder region. Keep an eye on that for us. Short pass.
Absolutely all over it, Lock.
So it'll be a free kick to Hendry. That's Guy Hendry. So deep against that point post. He's got White out here if he wants him, but pretty hard to kick it out this way. So he's going to have to go long and strong up towards the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. That's where he goes. Bongetti and Hendry are there. It goes over the top of them. Tap's got in a foot race with Jacobson. He wins it. Jacobson was hot on his hammer though. He just goes out towards the boundary line. That's where it goes. The umpire said throw the ball back in for us, boundary ref.
One's got to get busy. I just spotted him there. We haven't seen a lot of him today, is Mitch Allen. He needs to step up in this last 5 or 6 minutes.
Well, he's the one you go to, isn't he? Every time.
Williams wins that one only as far as Harley Parker though. Looks backwards. He's got Boswell. Was a hospital hand pass. Gladman was quickly on him. Wrapped him up. Somehow got a kick to the footy. Goes up towards the wing position. Chad Harris comes out to meet it. That was courage because Hendry was coming back the other way, so that was tough. Looks up towards half forward. He's got a lead. It wasn't a great kick though. Boswell chopped it off. So did Scanlon. Kick off the ground up towards Marshall. He's wrapped up by Hallahan. That was Mitch Hallahan. Spills out towards Boswell now. Picks the footy up and he's gang tackled by a couple. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up. So right in front of that Bendigo Bank scoreboard that reads 11-15-81 Sorrento to Pines, 14-10-94, 23 and a half gone. That Bendigo Bank scoreboard, the umpire throws the ball up. Hendry, he does the ruck work with Williams, he wins it down towards Marshall, just does some shimmying inside out. Short one was good. Finds McDermott on the wing position now. So McDermott Just looking to slow things down. Going to go long up towards Bongani in a one-on-one with Marsden. Stuck the Dukes up. Good fist. Marshall, who kept running. Somehow he's already there. Spills the ground. Potts on it. Snapper around the corner. One-on-one. Edwards v Brigden. Good tap from Edwards up towards the advantage of Wilcox. It's now a foot race. Tompkins v Wilcox. Tompkins gets there first. Shrugs him off. Dropped the footy. The umpire said no. It was out of bounds before he dropped it, so umpire, can you please throw that ball back in? Tompkins, he's cramping heavily.
Yeah, he is, Lock.
So 50 out from the Pythons' goal. Mitch Allen in the ruck by himself.
Oh!
Third man up rules come into vogue there, boys.
So the umpire, the boundary umpire threw it in way too quick, and the ruckman, both of them weren't there, so Hallahan had no choice but to go up, and the umpire has pinged a free kick for it. I don't rate it at all.
No, well, that's why you're the best in the business, Lock, because I didn't see that, but you're all over that, mate. He was very, very quick to throw it back in, and just looking at the X-Golf replay screen, you're all over it, mate. 2 up.
So it'll be Bongani with possession of the footy. The man on the mark stands about 48 out. I tell you what, if he kicks this one, it's game over, and you watch him get up and about.
Oh, watch the Pines crowd get up and about, Lock.
They'll go nuts if he can kick this. He'll kick from 52, sets the ball sail, starts it left, and that wind ain't going to help it. Only just registers a score. We'll go through for a minor one.
But what it is now, it's not 3 scores to tie, it's 3 goals to get in front. That's what it is now, and I reckon you've probably got about 3 minutes at the most, boys.
14-11-95, plays Sorrento 11-15-81. They go long and strong up the middle. Spills out the back towards Gardner. Handball to Burns, who's off on his bike. He's got Gladman v Boswell, just sits it out in front of Gladman. Was a good kick. And Gladman ran onto it nicely.
Beautifully weighted.
He's going to have to hurry up though here, Gladman. Don't take your time, son.
If he turned around quickly, he had Paholke on his own there for a short time too. He could have got it to Paholke, mate. It was an absolute sure thing.
So Gladman will kick from about 48, sets the ball sail. It looks like it's left. He's trying to work it back, misses. That doesn't help. 11-16-82, plays Pines 14-11-95. It's 13 points the difference, 25 and 3/4 minutes played. Not long left, I can't imagine. Boswell to bring the ball back in. You watch him just go long and direct.
The Pines crowd can sense it, boys.
He'll kick this as far as he can. Nick Boswell just punts it up towards the wing position. Hendry v Williams. That's Guy Hendry. Good fist by Williams. Who's at the fall? Deep Pasquale. He's going to be first on it. McDermott's hot on his hammer. Good tackle, McDermott. That's holding the ball every day of the week.
That's huge.
Holding the ball, and that's a lift up for the Pythons, and I reckon that one gets them home. 13 points the difference, 26 and a half played. Good tackle, McDermott, going to go long up towards Edwards and half forward. He's got a couple of beats, spills the ground, Marsden first on it. He's going to take him on up the middle. Handball to Mitch Hallahan. He's got his brother over the top. Good work, Boyle, just smothered the handball. Who's first on it? Hallahan's back on it quick. Finds Marsden now. Daniel Grant, the Silver Fox, goes up towards the wing position. Up goes Langford, who's at the fall. Lewis, he's first on it, runs up towards the 50. Left foot snap wasn't great. Didn't look.
wasn't comfortable with that left foot at all, Lock.
So Jack Grant takes the mark now, looks up towards centre half back. He's got a one-on-one. Burns flies, but there's the full-time siren. The Pythons are advancing to the 2018 Division 1 Grand Final. The Pythons are in the 2018 Div 1 final. They are victors. 14-11-95. Play Sorrento. 11-16-82. 27 minutes was played in that final term of footy. What a rip snorter. That was a brilliant game of football, and Pines, well, they are victors. And they move on to the 2018 Division 1 Grand Final. What a brilliant game of football that was, boys. We'll go to a break, and we'll come back to you with a full-time wrap. You've been listening to RPPFM, the voice of Peninsula football.
Here at Bendigo Community Bank branches,
we support local footy.
Local teams and all our community champions.
Bendigo Bank and RPPFM, bringing local footy to the community.
Watch our live telecast on RPPFM. It's live and it's local.
Drop into your nearest Bendigo Community Bank branch or visit bendigobank.com.au.
A station sponsor.
Visit X-Golf Mornington Indoor Golf Simulator Centres now and enjoy a golfing hospitality and entertainment experience like no other. X-Golf Mornington is ideal for work events, birthday parties, corporate functions and bucks nights. For more information, go to xgolf.com.au. X-Golf Mornington, think beyond the green, a station sponsor.
Hi, I'm Jack, and my dad is Pete.